Hey amigo, what's going on? Welcome back to the finale of Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. How is everybody doing tonight? Let me hear it in the chat. Go crazy as much as me. Let's do it. By the way, chat, can I share a couple of things before we start? I just want to share a couple of things. So, anybody remember? What if you say no? Then I guess you're gonna miss something funny though, a funny story time. It's a very silly story time that just happened today. So, I'm gonna tell it anyway. So, anybody remember the Zelda Wand the Gamelon stream I did last week? So, I uploaded on YouTube as a stream archive, you know, so people can watch it. Guess what? It was taken down because it violated the community guidelines. YouTube took it down because they thought it dealt with a violent criminal organization. Can someone tell me how the Zelda Wand the Gamelon game was like? How did it violate community guidelines? How did that happen though? I don't get it though. But on the bright side, I did appeal. I did appeal for it, and then 30 minutes later, they brought it back, so I'm gonna schedule it to upload in the future. It's all good though, but this was the last thing I thought would ever happen to one of my videos. Not even one of my main videos, but a stream archive. A freaking stream archive. Violent criminal organization? What do you mean? Is Zelda part of a gang? I mean, when Zelda killed that man and said, good. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, you know what? I understand. YouTube was right. YouTuber was right. They should have kept it down. They should have kept it down. Zelda's evil. All right. One more thing I want to share. Next week's schedule, chat. Take a look at this. This is next week's schedule. What do you think? Once we finish this game tonight and Persona 3 tomorrow, we got all new things happening next week. We got the Nintendo Direct next Tuesday. We got Strikers on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I'm gonna try out the new Ratchet & Clank game on Friday. And we're gonna start Dual Destinies on Sunday. What does everybody think about the schedule? Any game you're looking forward to? If you say Strikers, you're cheating. You'll spoil everything in Strikers 5 minutes before they happen. Really, if you do that, you're gonna be demoted to, janitor, okay? I will demote you to janitor. You'll have to mop up my tears for making me cry after revealing everything, okay? So get that mop ready, alright? Alright. So let's get ready. We are about to do the finale tonight. This is it, chat. Get yourselves ready. We are going to finish this game tonight. Hey, Pixel Dog, thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Alright, chat. Are you ready? Are you ready to do the finale tonight? We're gonna finish this game tonight. Let's go. Wait, where's my stylus? There it is. Turns out we had a surprise witness on our hands. The victim himself, the storyteller. Then again, nothing surprises me anymore. You gotta look, alright, really, do your work. The secret behind Labyrinthia, the legendary fire, witches, magic, and finally, Bezella. The veil was just about to be lifted off these mysteries once and for all. Okay, everyone, it's high time we end this. Let's give Labyrinthia the fresh start it deserves and solve these mysteries. Here we go, chat. We're doing it live. Is this the final chapter, though? I think it might be. It's epilogue. This is it. This is it, Luigi. By the way, how was the audio? Audio all good, chat? It's time. The judge says no. I don't quite know what to say. I am truly shocked to see the storyteller again, alive and well. This was unexpected by me too, as I did not plan to appear before you all again. I faked my own death. Lol, prank, bro. It was a prank. I would do the same thing, chat. I was convinced that you will all see the last of me at the parade. But this is the trial for your murder. And you were alive. Yeah, see? No one was killed. So let's call this whole thing off and never have witch trials again. Whoa, Maya. Take it easy. We're still in court, remember? But what's the point of this? The storyteller wasn't killed. Espella would never do anything to harm her dad.
Objection.
Layton's like, no, Espella has many reasons she will kill her dad. Reason number 1, he's evil. If only it was as simple as that to end this trial. However, it is not, Miss Faye. But, Professor! Search your memory and you will know the reason why. The crime Miss Cantabella is accused of is not just murder. The purpose of the witches' court is to sentence the witches for what they are. Isn't that right, Mr. Storyteller? I fully intend to expose the true identity of Bazella. And this would not be possible without you, Mr. Storyteller, on the witness stand. I see. And so you assume the role of an Inquisitor just to lure me here. Be that as it may, the Inquisition still maintains that Espella Cantabella is the Great Witch Bazella. I'm kinda hot right now, somebody help me. Dad? It's been a long time, Espella. 4 years, in fact. You must have experienced many hardships living among the townsfolk among. This daughter of mine never fits in with the others, no matter how hard she tries. No, it wasn't quite like that. There were people who supported me. Aunt Patty was very kind, and the customers who came to our bakery were nice to me. I'm happy to hear that. I wanted to watch over you ever since you left for the town. But in the end, I failed to do so. I had no idea what was happening to you. I am very sorry, Espella. Oh, Dad, you don't need to apologize to me for anything. It's me that owes you an apology. I was trying to hurt you. It was all my fault, not yours. There's no reason for you to blame yourself. Dad, I'm happy we got to talk. Espella, you were so busy writing everyone's stories that we stopped talking to each other. Before, it was different. You used to have time for me. Please forgive me. Why did it have to come to this? Mr. Storyteller, it's time to put everything in order now. The townsfolk and your daughter deserve to know the truth. The truth about yourself and the story. Yes, I suppose it is time I told you the truth. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Storyteller. Let us begin. In this trial, I shall be judged. Understood. Now stop the music, the witness shall testify. People of Labyrinthia who have gathered in this court, I will now tell you the true story. Many of you will certainly find it hard to believe and difficult to accept. Nevertheless, I ask you to please lend me an ear and listen with open minds. Espella, my dear daughter, I ask you to do the same too. Oh boy, chat, you're ready for this? You're ready for the truth? If we can't handle the truth, I don't know what I can handle. Can I handle anything? Wait. This is not testimony music. Where's my testimony music? Although you know me as the storyteller, I have one more identity. I am the president of Labrellum Incorporated? Labrellum? This whole town is one of Labrellum's research facilities. Wait, what? It may be hard for you to comprehend. This land is rich in a very special substance, which affects everyone who lives here. This substance enables the manipulation of people's minds, and that is what Labrellum is researching? This experiment began 10 years ago. The townsfolk all became test subjects. What the heck? Test subjects? Jeez. That's a thing to tell everybody, even the judge, right now. I don't understand. What does it all mean? I don't quite understand what I've just heard. Hey, Citrix. This is one big social experiment. I do not blame you. I suppose all the townsfolk are just as confused. Labyrinthia is an artificial town created entirely by me. Jeez. But of course, as artificial as it may be, it is a reality for those who live here. For the past 10 years, I have been bringing the illusion to life by writing the story. I am lost for words. It feels as if the whole world has been turned on its head. Your Honor, it is certainly not an easy matter to grasp this new situation at once. Regardless, I suggest we hear more of what the witness has to say. Yes, I agree. Let's continue. I mean, imagine living your whole life in this town, then realizing, oh, by the way, this whole town is fake. Everything here is fake. It's all an experiment, so congratulations, you all failed. Like, okay, when did this turn into The Sims? The defense may begin the interrogation. Thank you, Your Honor. Alright, let's find out what's going on. Do I have to find a contradiction here? Is he lying about anything? Although you know me as the storyteller, I have one more identity. I am the president of Labrellum Incorporated. And I'm already confused. This is too much! I don't even know where to start! Even Phoenix is stumped! He was so confused, he hurt himself in confusion. Labrellum Incorporated, that's a name I have heard before. Where? It is a global pharmaceutical company with headquarters in England. If my memory serves me right, it was founded by Arthur Cantabella. Cantabella? Indeed, that is my true— Oh! So he is an England man. He's an Engman. Were you familiar with that, Mr. Wright? Sure, yeah, I have heard of Labrellum Incorporated, of course. Labrellum Incorporated is known for developing a completely harmless anesthetic about 20 years ago. It is now widely used in hospitals all around the world. The company is also working on various other plant-derived sedatives, revolutionizing medicine. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised by your vast knowledge, Mr. Layton.
Objection!
That's irrelevant. That fact is just based on the real world we're from, not Labyrinthia. The real world, Mr. Ray? Then what would you call the world we are in now? Do you think this is a fantasy? Is this real life, or is this just fantasy? Easy come, easy go. No, that's not quite what I meant. Mr. Wright, I do not mean to be so rude as to presume I know what thoughts are running through your head. However, Labyrinthia is certainly not a place within a book or in the past. Labyrinthia is a part of the world we know! Say what? Huh? What? But how can a town like this exist in the real world? Do you think it's impossible? Why would that be? Are you saying that everyone would know about an unusual town like this if it existed? It's something like that. Anyway, it would be on a map at least. No, I'm afraid that cannot be so. Huh? This town is not marked on any map. It doesn't officially exist. What do you mean? The answer is quite simple. This whole town is one of Labrellum's research facilities. It may be hard for you to comprehend. Yeah, it's very hard to comprehend that. Chat, what the heck is going on? This whole town is a research facility. Yes, this whole area is a private property of Labrellum Incorporated. So they own all this land then. That is why Labyrinthia is not marked on any map, and people from the outside cannot enter. We have taken measures to ensure that this town is not noticed by local residents. What measures are you talking about? Consider the fact that magic is supposed to exist in this town. Perhaps special mechanisms that were used to create magic also serve to conceal Labyrinthia. There are limits to what magic the Shades are capable of producing on their own after all. That is the case indeed. The magic in this town has been made feasible owing to the latest technology. Technology? Tricks? I cannot believe this. What is a magic? What's magic? However, there is one question. There is no industry in Labyrinthia. How do you obtain necessary commodities? Very observant, aren't you? All commodities are regularly shipped in by sea. A young man once made his way here on a freighter and took Espella out of the town. That was Carmine Accident. Oh! Now we're back to car accident. Chat is going full circle. Now we know what happened. Espella escaped thanks to car accident, a friend of Layton's. I see. But is something on this scale really possible? As you might suspect, it would be beyond the power of Labrellum Incorporated to keep a facility this size a secret for so long. And all of the charm from the game is gone? I mean, is it because this whole thing is fake? This charm is all fake? Hey, Rodrigo, thank you for the resub. Really appreciate it. 45 months though. Pixel Dog with 26. Why do you all support me for this long? Don't you get bored of me yet? Anyway, Labyrinthia is a project co-funded by the British government. The British government. That's it. The British have gone too far. What? It's a government project? Well, what would... That sound effect is from Metopia, yeah? Yeah. You got a problem with that? There's nothing wrong with that, am I right? But yes, it is. It's a good sound effect, though. What? It's a government project, but what would be their stake in this? Stake? It's all because of my beliefs. His beliefs? Oh, by the way, yes, Your Honor. What is a research facility? I've never heard of anything like that before. Ah, yes. That was careless of me. Naturally, you wouldn't know what it means. In the media industry, share sound effects sometimes. Oh, I work with audio and video all the time. Have you seen my YouTube? I do all these things. I've majored in it. How should I explain? This whole town is my creation. Ah, that's what it was about. In other words, it's all your story. That makes it all clear. Swing and a miss, Your Honor. Swing and a miss. Getting back to the topic, there is an important reason why we have chosen to build such a facility here. And that is... this land is rich in a very special substance, which affects everyone who lives here. Hey, come on, don't talk about that about Judgy Udgy. Judgy Udgy he's an old man. Let him take his time. He'll realize that he's actually a judge this whole time. He's like, wait, I'm a judge? Nani? A special substance? What does it actually do? This area has been isolated since ancient times, developing its own unique culture. There are underground ruins on the verge of the town. We found writings there, presumably left by the natives of this land. Oh, I remember this place. A bell that was supposed to be there was missing. So you have seen the ruins. I suspected that you would find them. Then perhaps you have also noticed that everyone who lives here has a very peculiar condition. A peculiar condition, you say? I can't just sit here quietly like a patient old man when you're saying such things. Just what kind of condition is it? You have every right to know. Oh yeah, I love this theme, it's just great. This condition makes people fall unconscious upon the sound of a certain metal being struck. Say what? Is it the big bell? Did anybody ring a bell and we fell unconscious? Huh. Metal? What kind of metal? Oh, rock metal. You know, the one where they go, ah! The whole time, where they scream and yell. Like when you hear people yelling in metal music, you fall unconscious. You're silver. What about those tiny bells the shade has? Kira's bell now makes sense. It's all the bells. And so there is not a single object made of silver in Labyrinthia. Now that I think of it, that's true. Is that? Just imagine what a disaster a fancy dinner would be if everyone fainted whenever they used silver. Oh yeah, so like imagine using silver cutlery and you just bang your fork and your knife together. Ding! Ugh. This condition is an integral part of magic. How so? All inhabitants of Eldritch Woods carry small silver bells. I see now. The shades ring the bells when they need to create the illusion of magic. Ah, there's Layton knocked out in the back. Everyone present falls unconscious and the shades set to their work like a freaking play. Oh, look where that shade's hand was. So that's the secret of the time-stealing magic Dark Law told us about. Now that they mention it... Oh yeah, we did find a bell! And a shade took it! It was Kira's bell. Kira had a small bell with her when we saw her back at the marketplace. We have been researching this condition at Labyrinthia Incorporated. And finally, we discovered its cause. It was the groundwater. The water is... Oh. Water causes it? The groundwater contains a certain unique substance found in the soil in this area. So if you drink that water, you get this silver alloy. Imagine drinking tainted water! It's tainted water! We've been drinking tainted water! Are you joking me? But of course we've been drinking it. It's impossible to live without water. Well, congrats, Judge. You've been drinking tainted water. You need to see the doctor now. Of course. That's why everyone who lives here has that condition. Or are we supposed to be amazed, or... That is messed up. Oh, for research purposes, drink this water. Tastes like silver. Good. Drink more. Oh dear. You needn't worry. This condition is harmless, especially as silver is unknown to the townsfolk. But what if they leave? What if we just, uncover the secret and the townspeople are free? What if Phoenix and Layton are free? They go back to their world. Oh look, a silver bell. Like if we go back to our world, do we still have the allergy thingy? Something's still not quite right though. If the sound of silver bells make people pass out, why don't the shades pass out too? They don't drink water. Although the effect of the substance in the groundwater is powerful, it doesn't last long. The condition will vanish after a day or so without drinking that water. Oh, so it goes away if you don't drink the water, but we gotta drink the water. And wait, we use the water to make the bread, right? So you use water to make the bread, so Patty's been making all this bread that makes you unconscious. So even if you don't drink the water, you be eating the food that has water in it. Wow. Tainted water bread, exactly. Silver is my favorite flavor of water, and my favorite flavor of hedgehog, but don't tell anybody that. That's convenient. That substance's effects aren't limited to humans. Oh no, you use the dough to make the bread, remember. Water is used to make the dough that makes the bread rise. How else do you make dough? You need the water. Also, you dip the bread in the water. Yes, water bread. Bread and water. It can also affect plants to a great extent. Plants are affected by it? Our research was focused on the plants rather than humans. You don't need water, you need I need a disappointed reaction. I need my disappointment reaction. This substance enables the manipulation of people's minds, and that is what Labyrinthia is researching. That sounds really scary. Just what is this about? The substance enters the groundwater, affecting organisms that consume it. People who drink it daily acquire that odd condition. They fall unconscious upon hearing the sound of silver metal. Imagine using that as like a knockout thing, like if you're having trouble sleeping, oh yeah, here, drink this silver water and hear this bell and you'll knock out instantly. Yes, although the substance in the groundwater also has a tremendous effect on plants, wildflowers in this area contain a certain poison flowers, you say? Wow, I love it. Tainted water affects the people and makes flowers poisonous. Upon my beard, poison? This poison doesn't harm the body. It has the effect of manipulating the mind. So it brainwashes people? That's horrible! Excuse me? I've been writing this story for 10 years. The title of the story is Historia Labyrinthia? The ink I used to write it was made from those plants. Oh, Nick, do you remember how funny the ink smelled? That was the gas released when the ink evaporates, and that's where the trick is. What? Those that inhale the gas become extremely susceptible to suggestion. You mean brainwashing? They will believe anything they are told, or anything they read, however strange or unrealistic. So basically, the reason why they became bread bakers, every time I say bread baker, I always go to bread breaker. Who breaks bread? Bread bakers is because of the gas. It will be imprinted into their minds as the truth. So that was the true purpose of the parades, to spread gas. Break my bread. Oh, the ink. They read the story and that's how they... Oh my goodness, chat. This is wrong. This is so wrong. This is completely messed up. Like, I've heard of, like, you know, people being murderers and whatnot, but manipulating the minds of many people, this is messed up. Pages of the story, written in that special ink, were regularly distributed amongst the town people. It was done so that everyone would be in a state of hypnosis. Indeed. The creation of a fully controlled town with the inhabitants subject to long-term hypnosis. That was one of the topics of our research. Then, the story that is written in the Historia Labyrinthia is a play. You could call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, realized through the shade's work and the hypnotic effect of the ink vapors. Is that how it was all this time? Labrellum used hypnosis to control all these people? I can't believe that the government was supporting that. Freaking destroy the government! When is Phoenix going against the government? This experiment began 10 years ago. The townsfolk all became test subjects. All the people subjected to this experiment have been living here all this time for 10 years. 10 years of their life. Remember that, chat. 10 years of their life. Say it again. 10 years of their life. No, we started with just a few people, gradually getting more and more. I must say that I am afraid of what the answer to this question might be. But where did these people come from? You haven't resorted to abduction by any chance, have you? Of course not. Every test subject signed a contract with Labrellum. A contract to have their memories erased and be used like pawns in a story? The current inhabitants of this town have one thing in common. They were all dissatisfied with their lives and wanted to start anew, forgetting about their mistakes, forsaking unwanted identities. There are more people like that out there than you might think. Dang. They have all agreed to participate in our research. They were willing to accept that. Jeez. This is darker than I thought. I wasn't even thinking that this game would be that dark. This game is just dark. This game be dark. My mind, though. I'm glad that we started today's stream with this, though. If I did this last time, I wouldn't like handle it. I'd probably be like way too exhausted later on, but holy flip. But that's insane. It's not as unreasonable as you suggest. We give them a new identity, a chance to start their life again. In return, they subject themselves to hypnosis and live in this town as our test subjects. In order for this project to be possible, we suppress their memories of the past, including the memory of signing the contract. But yeah, remember, children can't sign away their lives. They were born in Labyrinthia. 10 years, chat. Say it again, 10 years. So you only see adults and young children, not teenagers, but young children. So ultimately, they're not aware of what's going on. I couldn't agree more. I've got no idea what's going on. Let me make this clear, Mr. Wright. We do not erase their memories, we suppress them. They will regain their memories of life before Labyrinthia once their contract is over. So, this place was uninhabited before you started this research 10 years ago. But wait, what about Espella? Espella is an adult right now, right? So she was brought here, and her memories were changed. So, this father brought his daughter into this world and changed up her memories for 10 years. And you've managed to keep everyone in a state of hypnosis for 10 years straight? Can you really hypnotize someone for that long? I mean, 10 years is one heck of a long time. It was achieved through the distribution of the story during parades. The ink vapors have a powerful effect, but it wouldn't last 10 years, of course. With each parade, the effect was renewed. That's why the parades took place at regular intervals. That was the true purpose of that event. Imagine being the one person who didn't go to the parade because you were sick and you didn't get the paper, and then you realize, wait, what is this place? I mean, at least one person has to realize the truth besides Espella, because Carmine Accidente brought her out to the real world. So, there has to be others. I have been born and raised here. It was a poor small town with no industry to speak of, that have fallen behind the times. Ever since I was a child, I had one friend that was especially close to me. He was a bright boy, curious about the world. His name was Newton Belduke. Sir Newton Belduke? The alchemist! So they were childhood friends, the plot thickens. He had always been interested in the unique natural features of this land. There was really nothing here, but to us, this area was an exciting place worth exploring. And one day, we made an astonishing discovery on the outskirts of the town. We stumbled upon the entrance to the underground caverns, leading to the colossal ruins. Whoa, look at that, Noton. This is so amazing! And the strange writing, I've never seen anything like it before. We found ancient writings in the ruins. Newton managed to decode some of them. According to our findings, a highly advanced culture had existed on the land where our little town was built. Some great calamity have befallen the natives, and they migrated elsewhere. They believed that plants and water in that area were cursed by an entity they called the Great Witch Bazella. The natives sealed the curse within the ruins and left in search of a new home. That is all that we managed to decipher. Bazella's curse? It was sealed in the ruins, you say? Would that be the Bell of Ruin? The Bell of Ruin. Oh, that's the bell from the bell tower. I wonder why it's got an ominous name like that. Regrettably, we couldn't get any further information from the writings at that time. Needless to say, Newton and I were very excited by the discovery. Oh, look at them, young and full of hope. I knew it! This place is special. It has some kind of mysterious power. Let's hypnotize everybody. If we can find out what that is, our humble town will become famous. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I will unravel the mystery of this place. And so Newton began studying the indigenous plants and substances dissolved in the groundwater. On the other hand, I studied economics and management at a university in London. I dreamed of bringing prosperity to this poor, forgotten town. I wanted to change it for the better with my own hands. Meanwhile, Newton has succeeded at extracting a new anesthetic from the local plants. Was that the anesthetic which led to the foundation of Labrellum? Yes, it was a huge success for Labrellum Incorporated, and before we knew it, we were making a fortune. We wanted the whole world to hear about our hometown. Alas, fate was not kind to us as we never realized that dream. Everyone in our town had died. Oh. All the townspeople perished? Huh? Just what on earth happened to them? Oh. That does not matter anymore. What do you mean? We need to know. What the heck? We purchased the environs of our town, the mountains, the lake, the plains, everything. Then 10 years ago, having received financial support from the government, we started Project Labyrinthia. It was much smaller in the beginning. It started as no more than a village. Over the course of 10 years, it slowly grew into a town. The population increased as well. More people were signing the contract with Labrellum, slowly increasing the number of inhabitants, correct? Yes, they would sign the contract, be hypnotized and assigned a role, and then be introduced to the world of the story. Can we know about the people who died, though? What happened to them? Like, tell me. I need to know. Of course, everybody is silent. What the heck? I have spoken at length. Thank you for patiently listening to my tale. Bazella is the name of a witch from an ancient legend that we read about in the ruins. It is a fictional character. She does not exist. Oh my goodness. This whole thing about chasing after witches and whatnot, it's all fake. Everything's a lie, chat. Everything is a lie. I don't like it. What is this place? But then magic and witches. Magic is just an illusion, and there are no witches. This whole game is a lie. Alright, so it was all fake. That doesn't make it so much better. Why did you write a story where people get killed when magic and witches are thrown into the fire? You could have made it a peaceful, pleasant world where everyone would be happy. No, that was not possible. But why? This is a research facility after all. We're researching ways to completely control Oh. Jeez. This guy's evil. This guy's just pure evil. Excuse me? Test subjects need to be exposed to extreme situations, so we decided on a fantasy setting. We wouldn't have got funding from the government otherwise. In other words, we're running a business. So can everyone come down and just get the guy? Can we just arrest him, throw him into the fire? But just what instructions do you give to the people you hypnotize? You don't give each of them a full set of memories of their whole fictional life, do you? No, it's much more simple than that. We only give them 2 pieces of information. The first one, that they were born in this town, and the second was their new occupation. Then they fill in the gaps themselves, without being aware of it. The human mind requires a consistent story of one's life. Which means, of course, that no Labyrinthian has memories from earlier than 10 years ago. No one has any memories from before they came to Labyrinthia. What are you saying? Did they steal the judge from the courtroom? This is Judgy Udgy right here. They stole Judgy Udgy from the courtroom. Wait, did that mean the judge? Please don't tell me the judge didn't like his life. Please don't tell me that. It's the same judge, looks and all. Sorry, chat. Just had to get a sip of a drink because this thing is making me... I'm getting parched from getting shocked about all this news, chat. What is all this news? Oh, is there... Oh, there's hair on my face. What the heck? That's all one big lie. I am who I am. Yeah, you're not. But can you remember your childhood? I can't. That's true. I can't remember even my parents. Oh no. No way, I can't recall my own mother's face. As you can hear, no one can remember their real past. There are no exceptions. Huh? Wait a second, no exceptions? I smell a contradiction here. I mean, I could say myself because I remembered everything. Ah, it seems Mr. Wright too has noticed it now. What are you talking about, Layton? Mr. Cantabella, you have just testified that not a single citizen of this town remembers anything from more than 10 years ago. Oh, Espella did! Oh, you're happy about Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart? Oh, I'm playing that next Friday. I can't wait to play that either. But by the way, memories. Yes, as that is the truth. Now, that's a strange assertion, especially coming from you. What do you mean? There is one person in this town who remembers what happened more than 10 years ago. That cannot be. It's impossible. They must be merely imagining things now. Mr. Wright, please enlighten us all. Who is the person that remembers their past? It was Espella. Wait, Darklaw? No, she's a Shade Leader. I mean, she is a Shade Leader, but I was gonna say Espella because remember, Carmina Accidente brought her out to the real world. She was in the real world. Remember the first few cases? She was our defendant as well. She was the defendant as well. She was in a school. I could say Darklaw, but I'm gonna go with Espella. Precisely, Mr. Wright. That person is none other than Espella Cantabella. What? That's impossible! It's true, Dad. I remember it clearly as if it happened yesterday. The legendary fire. Oh, also that. I was gonna say she was brought out to the real world, but also the legendary fire. So I remembered it for one thing, but not the other thing. Oh yes, Pixel Dog, you're right. It was the cat. The cat remembers. No, that's impossible. That's just your imagination, Espella. No, it's not. I couldn't remember it before, but it all came back to me. Because I'm Bezella. No, Espella, there are no witches. That fire, it was just a bad dream. The Inquisition would like to call Espella Cantabella to testify. What? Regardless of whether Miss Cantabella is Bezella or not, her memories may contain valuable clues. Yes, that may be so. No, wait. I don't agree to this. This trial is over, Your Honor. Objection. You seem to be forgetting something, Mr. Cantabella. Your story has ended. You are no longer in control. Go Layton! Freaking love him. He said you have no power over us. You are fired, my dude. You are merely one of the characters. And this is also why we will not cease seeking the truth until we find it. Storyteller band. Defense, what is your opinion on this? Espella keeps insisting that she's the witch Bazella. As her attorney, I should refuse to let her speak to the court. The storyteller gets Thanos snapped. Ah! But what's really important now is finding the truth, just as Layton said. There's only one way to proceed with this trial. And that's by questioning Miss Cantabella about her memories. In that case, the court summons Espella Cantabella as a witness. Attendants, bring the accused to the witness stand. By the way, Chad, have you heard that Doki Doki Literature Club is coming to consoles? Have you heard about that? Look, father and daughter. Now, witness, testify about your memories of the legendary fire. So, Chad, who would like to see me play Doki Doki? I have not played it except for the first 15 minutes during a charity stream, but I don't remember anything about it. Yes, my lord. So, if you want me to play Doki 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 Doki, go to my Patreon and suggest it right now. I'm kidding. I will try to play in the future, though. Yes, my lord. Alright, Chad, here we go. Witness testimony with Espella Cantabella, legendary fire. I was just a little girl then. It happened during the annual fire festival. Oh, yeah, fire festival. When I read Fire Festival, I was thinking about the Fire Festival that took a couple of years ago that was so bad. The horrible Fire Festival, right? Everyone was gathered in the town square for the Fire Festival, and I was watching them from the bell tower. The Great Witch Bazella awoke within me and brought calamity upon the town. Oh wait, you just wonder how it works since the original game is focused largely on the game's files? Maybe they might make an in-game file thing? Why would anyone have a fire festival? Oh, come on, CB, it's lit, come on. An enormous fire dragon appeared. I was trembling with fear, terrified by what I had summoned. It's fire, it's lit! Witness, what you have told us wasn't a bad dream or a fairy tale, but what you actually experienced? Yes, it was, like I have already said. I remember it very clearly. The heat from the fire, the smell of smoke. Espella, what are you talking about? Nothing is lit about danger? I don't know, chat, tell me. Is fire lit or is fire lit? And I want to see flaming emojis. I want to see lit emojis. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Your Honor. Was there really a huge fire that destroyed the town? And what about Bazella? Is she even real? And what about me? Am I even real? And imagine I just disappear. I start questioning everything. The answers are in Espella's testimony. So, chat, you know what would be an alternate ending? Imagine finding a book and we just... And oops, it suddenly found a river. That's it. Game over. We found the book. Burn it. I was just a little girl then. It happened during the annual fire festival. Do you remember what age you were then? I'm not quite sure, but I think I was 6 or 7. And how old are you now? I'm 18 years old. That means those events did take place more than 10 years ago. And now that you're 18, it's not creepy that people fall in love with you. Wow. Who knew? What a thought. Now she's an available waifu for those who love her. It's very odd that you have memories that old, but perhaps you're mistaken about your age at the time.
Objection.
Your Honor, no one besides Espella has witnessed the legendary fire, which would mean that the incident occurred before Labyrinthia was created over 10 years ago. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense at all! How many times do I need to tell you there are no witches, no magic? The legendary fire is just a story. This interrogation serves no purpose. You have no power here. Mr. Cantabella, the court asked you to be quiet during another witness testimony unless you are asked to Oh, Chad, now that's the storyteller's banned. He's just a regular guy. He's been shut down. Father, shut it. Literally, they were telling him to shut up now. Everyone was gathered in town square for the fire festival, and I was watching them from the bell tower. They were all on fire. I don't know why. Could you tell us a little more about this fire festival you were watching? Yes, it seemed to be an ancient custom in this area. Everybody was on fire. Look at all that fire, right? The townspeople make a fire offering to the Great Witch Bazella so that she will not bring misfortunes upon them. A great fire is lit in the middle of the town square. The festival lasts all night long. Chat, you know those sticks that they put up to contain the fire? That does not look safe. That looks like the fire will engulf the town immediately. That is not the safest festival I have ever seen. Look at that. That does not contain the fire. That's correct. The festival takes place once every year. It's quite magnificent with all the townsfolk assembled in the square. Good, good. Unless it is a counterfeit memory imprinted in our minds by you. No, this festival has been held here since before I was born. It appears to be a very old custom indeed. By the way, why were you in the bell tower in the first place? Huh? You know, you said everyone was at the town square. Why weren't you there? I can't remember. I probably went there because Bazella awoke within me. Despite having vivid memories of the fire, you do not remember much of anything else that occurred at that time. Yes. I was at the top of the bell tower looking down at people in the town square. Oh, look at young Espella chat. And look, little Eve has been... Wait, hold on a second, chat, hold on. Eve was there over 10 years ago. This cat is still alive today. That is one old cat. Someone was right there with me there. Ah, that's right, it was Eve. Eve? For Black Cat, huh? I didn't think Eve was that old. Well then... CB, stop laughing at spoilers. You're letting the spoiler leave the room. The Great Witch Bazella awoke within me and brought calamity upon the town. Do you remember casting a spell? I cannot remember. Oh! What's going on here? You look upset, Mr. Cantabella. Pardon me. Did you want something? I'd like to know what you think about Espella's last statement. My opinion about all this has not changed since last time. It's all just a dream. Listen to me, Espella. You are not Bazella. There is no legendary fire. Dad, you have no idea how much I want to believe you, but I just can't. Also, chat, I appreciate this. I appreciate that they're talking to each other this way. I like it. I remember what I saw and how it felt, the heat, the smoke. Magic doesn't exist, it belongs in fairy tales. There are no fire dragons either. Espella seems certain that she saw a fire dragon at that time. However, as long as we do not have any evidence to support or disprove this claim, we can't make any progress. Do I have any relevant evidence? Anything that could demonstrate that the fire dragon Espella saw as a child was real? Wait, do I? Because I don't think I have it now. Pendant, invisible robe, contraption, I don't. Maybe not now, but I gotta come back to this. I don't think there's anything I could use. I can understand your choice to be cautious with your judgment, Mr. Wright. However, I must remind you that the only way to discover the whole truth is to bring to light the true nature of the dragon witnessed by the accused. But I don't have that yet, though. I don't have that. I guess he has a point there. Maybe I overlooked some clues in the testimony. Let's arm ourselves to the teeth with evidence and give it another shot. Alright, but first we need more info. Time to do some pressing. Witness, continue your testimony. Yes, my lord. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna check everything else before going back to that, though. An enormous fire dragon appeared. I was trembling with fear, terrified by what I had summoned. Can you tell me more about that fire dragon? That monstrous image is still so vivid. It looked just like the one that attacked Dad this evening. I've done something terrible again. Then you are sure that the fire dragon you saw more than 10 years ago and the one summoned this evening were exactly the same? Yes, they were definitely the same. Storyteller?
Hang on!
Is something wrong, Mr. Cantabella? It's impossible. There's no such thing as magic. You never believed me, Dad. I don't know why you have to be like this. There was a time when things were different. Espella, what are you saying? Look at them. It's like a common argument between a teenager and a parent. Mr. Cantabella created this town. He knows better than anyone else that there's no magic here. Miss Cantabella? Yes? Would you mind giving us more details of what you saw? Could I borrow a sheet of parchment and a pencil? I think it'll be better if I draw it. Your request shall be granted. Bring parchment and a pencil for the witness immediately. It's like a magic spell that burns everything, but... Holy flip, Espella's an artist! Holy heck, I wish I can draw that... My goodness, that's a beautiful drawing! This is it. This is the fire dragon that I saw that night. I only caught a glimpse of it, but it was real. Oh. I must say, it does closely resemble the supposedly magical creature we witnessed this evening. That looks like tattoo art. Let me get that tattooed on my back. It does indeed. This drawing shall be added to the evidence. Ah, this must be it. This is what we need, I guess. This is a farce. What happened over a decade ago? Was the town really destroyed by a fire dragon? Discovering the truth about the dragon shall be our next objective. Witness, continue the testimony. Yes, my lord. So let's go back to where we were. It was the... Yeah, this one, the one before. The Great Witch Bazella awoke within me.
Hold it!
So let's get back to it and then get back to the evidence, though. So we did get back to this part. I cannot remember. Then we go to the storyteller. Being all sus. You look upset, Mr. Cantabella. Pardon me. Did you want something? I'd like to know what you think about Espella's last statement. My opinion about all this has not changed since last time. It's all just a dream. Listen to me, Espella. You are not Bazella. There was no legendary fire. Dad, you have no idea how much I want to believe you, but I just can't. I remember what I saw and how it felt, the heat, the smoke. Magic doesn't exist. It belongs in fairy tales. There were no fire dragons either. Espella seems certain that she saw a fire dragon at that time. However, as long as we do not have any evidence to support or disprove this claim, we can't make any progress. Do I have any evidence? Anything that could demonstrate that the fire dragon Espella saw as a child was real. Now I do. Your Honor, what is it, defender? The defense will present evidence. Evidence? I suppose you mean evidence that will prove that my daughter's memories of the dragon amount to nothing more than wild imagination? Nah, on the contrary. I'm pretty positive Espella did see the dragon. What? I thought you had more sense than you. Well, aren't we all curious about what the defense has got to show us? Present evidence that proves the dragon appeared in this town over 10 years ago. The drawing.
Take that!
It is, of course, Aspella's drawing of the dragon. It's impossible to draw a dragon with so much detail unless you've actually seen it. Indeed. And it looks very much like the fire dragon we saw this evening. It cannot be a mere coincidence. You can't possibly use that drawing as evidence. And why not? Because she could have just drawn the dragon from this evening. Dad, why don't you believe me? I saw that dragon when I was little. This town is my creation. I know everything about it. And I assure you, there's no magic. Oh yeah, Tribe just proceeds to draw a dragon badly. Oh my goodness. Hold on, can I try something real quick? I want to see if I can try something real quick. There we go. So, alright, I'm gonna make my own dragon. Let's get ready. So... There you go. This should... Oh wait, we're missing something. We're missing the fire, chat. Here's the fire. Oh no. She was right. Oh, it's in Comic Sans too. It's in Comic Sans. She was right. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting it to be Comic Sans though. I did not expect that to be Comic Sans. Oh my goodness, that was funny. That was hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry chat. I gotta wipe the tears off my eyes. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Hold on, I need to get a drink of water because I am thirsty. Oh my goodness. That became way funnier than I thought. If there's anyone who can tell you what's possible and what is not, it is me, the creator of Labyrinthia. Your overconfidence has clouded your judgment and is preventing you from seeing the truth. What do you mean? In order to see what is really there, you need to reject biased assumptions and keep an open mind. Where can you get that as a tattoo? If you come over to my house, I'll draw it with Crayola marker. Is that fine? Not permanent marker. My family don't trust me with permanent marker, so I only have Crayola washable markers. You're overlooking certain facts precisely because you are the creator of this town. It's nothing short of insanity. Magic doesn't exist, and yet Aspella says she saw a fire dragon. It seems like a contradiction. But perhaps it is not. Mr. Wright. Yes? The solution to this mystery is out there, we just need to find it. Do you suppose you know where it is? Magic doesn't exist. Aspella saw a fire dragon. Where is the evidence that bridged the gap between the two? The court record, the belfry, the town itself. The evidence that gaps the two, I'm gonna say it's probably the town. The town is sus. Aspella was watching the town burn at that time. She says she saw an enormous fire dragon. Now, if you put the two together, I think our best guess is that the dragon she saw was this town itself. This town? In other words, Aspella saw a dragon shape looming over the burning town. How absurd! That's mere speculation. Your mere speculation. I will not dispute that. However, it is entirely possible to test our theory. What? And how would you go about doing that? It is all quite simple, Mr. Storyteller. We will now go to the belfry. Maybe we'll find that fire dragon there. Oh man. I keep forgetting we're outside, chat. We're literally outside. It must be cold. Because when it's night, it's cold. Oh no, front-facing Layton. Over 10 years ago. Ah, front-facing Layton hurts me. The witness was standing somewhere around here when she saw a fire dragon. Am I correct? Yes, Mr. Layton. However, what was it that you actually saw then? Let us see if we can find the answer to that question. Is it a puzzle? Please tell me it's a puzzle. Why not? Go ahead and try. But I have warned you that it's futile. You will find nothing here. Well, it happened a long time ago. Whatever she saw might not be there anymore. And if we want to see exactly what she saw at the time, we'll need to set the whole town on fire. Want me to go get matches? You can always trust Maya to make fire happen, am I right? I may be an attorney, but even I couldn't clear you of the charges if you actually committed such a crime, Maya. Maya's like, I'll get the arson ready. I'll commit arson. I'll pretend I did not hear that. Shall we begin? Arson. Let's commit arson. Alright, let's do it. Let's see the town set ablaze. Let us look for the fire dragon. We can see the whole town from here. Look in every direction for something that will resemble Miss Cantabella's drawing. How would I look around? Oh, wait, what is this? It's so dark outside, chat. What the heck? Wait, oh, I got more ways to look. Wait, what? Excuse me? This was here the... Wait. It was there the whole... What? Wow. That is insanity.
Take that!
It's right there. Espella, can you have a look at this? It looks like the dragon was hiding in here after all. Oh, this is... Hey, that's identical to the one Espella drew. But, it's not the fire dragon. The fire dragon was a creature made of flames. It was so big it could swallow this whole tower. This is just some tiny fretwork. I think we can consider this mystery solved. I suggest we all head back to the court. I will explain everything there. Is that alright with you, Mr. Cantabella? So wait, what about the people of the court? Did they just wait there? What's gotten into Mr. Cantabella? He looks paler than you do with a cold. I have no idea. Let's follow the others back to the courtroom. Dang. That's just amazing right there. The Inquisition's investigation seems to have yielded some unexpected results. But can someone explain them to me? Your Honor, the Inquisition will interpret the results of its investigation. Witness? You said you were about 6 years old at the time of that incident. Yes, that's right. Did you see the moment the dragon appeared above the town? Huh? No, I don't remember. I remember seeing it at some point. It was like a flash. The town was ablaze and this fiery beast was hovering above it. Then, when you noticed the dragon, the town was already engulfed by flames. By the way, chat, you know what's funny? Luke has not said a thing this whole time. Where's Luke? Yes. That information completes the picture. Miss Cantabella's statement has offered me an insight into the true story of the fire dragon. Over 10 years ago... Aw, little Espella. Miss Cantabella was in the belfry unconscious. What events led to this? Perhaps we will discover that in due course. When she awoke, the whole town was on fire. Having inhaled much smoke, she was still dead. Oh my goodness. trying to solve a useless puzzle. She was only vaguely aware of her surroundings when she looked up, alarmed by the scorching heat. Unable to stand, she was on her knees. And then, she saw something she would remember her whole life. Oh, wow! She saw a terrifying fire dragon attacking the town. She saw it through the fretwork in the balustrade? Balustrade? Where does he get these words? Where do you get these words, Layton? The balustrade. The shape of a dragon against the backdrop of the town being swallowed up by flames. The dictionary. Came imprinted in her memory. That is the truth about the fire dragon. I know big words like blasphemous. This is what I have deduced. Yeah, we're just finding out about the whole story right now. This is insane. It was childhood PTSD. Espella just has PTSD from her childhood. What the heck? It wasn't a monster? Ms. Cantabella, the illustration you have drawn for us bears an uncanny resemblance to the fretwork in the belfry. You saw the dragon when you were confused, possibly mildly asphyxiated from the smoke. There was no magic and no magical beast. You believe a stranger but not your father? That's so typical teenagers. You should have listened to me. And now that all the mysteries have been unraveled, can we not end this trial and go home? Wait, can we not end this trial? Do you mean can we now end this trial and go home? Storyteller, you're way ahead of yourself. Can we not? It's can we now? Learn your words, okay? Learn your vocabulary.
Objection.
Objection, you said the word wrong. As much as we all like to, I'm afraid it's still a bit too early for that. What else do you want from us? There is just one more problem I'd like to solve tonight. One more? What on earth could that be? Miss Cantabella, we've ascertained that you were in the belfry when you saw the dragon. However, that creates a new question. How did you get there? Oh, I haven't thought of that. Yeah, neither have I. Oh! As expected of an ace attorney, Mr. Wright seems to have noticed a problem too, at last. In order to access the belfry, you need to use the bell tower mechanism. Wait, but didn't we get a photo? No, we saw a photo. There was a photo of young Espella and young Darklaw with the pendant. So, Espella just knew. Both Espella and Darklaw knew. So Darklaw must have been up there, because remember, to activate the contraption, you need 2 pendants. So Darklaw's involved in this too. The mechanism can only be set in motion with the pendants. Indeed. Miss Cantabella, did you have your pendant with you at the time? Yes, I think... But she said she was only with Eve. Stevie, you're not saying what you're suggesting, what I think you're saying, what you think I'm... Oh, wow. I don't know what to say about that. You know what? I'm gonna wait till we get there. I need to know if that is actually true, though. Yes, I think I did. I always had it with me. But why did I have that pendant? I can't remember it at all. This pendant is not just for show, it's the key to the belfry. Why was she carrying it around? We must also not forget that one pendant does not suffice to operate the contraption. 2 of them are required. 2 pendants? Miss Cantabella, are you certain that you were alone in the belfry? No, I wasn't alone. I was there with a friend. What friend? Oh, Eve! Look, it's Eve, everybody, it's Eve! Eve, where did you go off to? The friend you mentioned, was it this cat? Yeah, she's my best friend. We've always been together. Without Eve, I would have been so lonely. Chad, I kinda got that from what people have been saying, but wow, you gotta calm down with the spoilers if I didn't realize it yet. I want to wait till the game announces it. You don't have to say it, even though we did talk about it a bit. Man, chat, you don't want me to be surprised? That kitty's always appearing out of nowhere to keep a spell company. No, Blazing, it's a theory. Right now, it's a theory that could be very true. It could be true. Because when you link it up, it could be very true. Of course she does. After all, Bazella is always accompanied by a black cat. What you saw from the bell tower when you were little was so terrifying that even an adult would have been scarred for life. The town burned in front of your eyes. You thought you saw a fire dragon. You see, your memories have been twisted by the horrors you saw. What do you mean? The dragon you saw wasn't real, and I suspect that the friend who was with you in the bell tower might not have been that cat. No, it was her! It was Eve, my only friend! Miss Cantabella, the pendant needed to access the belfry is too large for a cat. Are you following? If Eve was with you, it would have been impossible for you to enter the belfry. Wait! Inquisitor, where is all this going? You have no right to tamper with my daughter's memories. Says the father who did that. You're right, of course. However, neither do you. Nor should you attempt to cover up the truth. Ugh! No, you're wrong. Eve was my only friend. Think about that day again, Miss Cantabella. You went to the top of the bell tower with a friend who also had a pendant. Well then, why don't we have the defense present some evidence? Can you prove that someone was with Miss Cantabella in the belfry that day? If so, I'd very much like to see the evidence. What? Why me? It was the professor's idea. I have nothing on the legendary fire. Why ask me for proof? Right, I suppose you wouldn't have any proof. Not one of us remembers that incident. I've had enough of this, Your Honor. You have no grounds to continue this trial. Well, we appear to have reached a dead end. There is nothing else for us to do.
Objection.
Oh. Please hold on, Your Honor. Oh, what is this all of a sudden? Inquisitor Layton? The defense does not have the necessary evidence, but someone else does. What do you mean? This time, the Inquisition will present it. Wait, the Inquisition will present. Wait. Oh yeah, Layton has his own set of evidence. The Inquisition will present evidence, huh? Wait, seriously? You son of a witch. Ah! He tried to say you son of a. Well, he said you son of a witch. Oh my goodness, storyteller, you. The censorship is amazing. This is what you wanted from the very start, isn't it? He almost said swear word. Chat. Get him. Well, in that case, the Inquisition shall present evidence that somebody was with Miss Cantabella in the bell tower when she saw the fire dragon. Oh yeah, we do have evidence. It's this one right here. Look, the one with the other pendant. Miss Darklaw.
Have a look.
Wait, what? Wait, chat, hold on, stop right there. He just said, have a look. That's the first time I've heard, have a look. That was pretty good. I love the text pop-up though. Have a look. This is the proof. This photograph shows Miss Cantabella with a friend. Golly, this is the finest illustration I've ever seen. Oh yeah, they don't know about photos. This is this is a photo. Yeah. It's a photograph. Look at this graph. It looks as if it were a reflection of the real world on paper. Tell me, who created this exquisite work of art? Well, Your Honor, I understand you are fascinated, but let us focus on what this picture shows. This picture was found in the Storyteller's Tower. Mr. Cantabella, we have taken the liberty of borrowing it for this trial. It's enough to look away for a second, and you already caused trouble! Professor, aren't photographs against the rules? I mean, this is supposed to be a medieval setting. Who cares? Forget it, just who cares? We already broken the rules already. I love how Phoenix was like, who cares? What's important now is helping Miss Cantabella to grasp the truth. And in this case, the end justifies the means. Ugh. Please take a close look at the two girls in this picture. Each of them is wearing a pendant. Why, that's so. These are the Belfry contraption pendants. We know that one of these girls is Miss Cantabella. But then, who is the other girl? Accused, do you have any idea? Espella, are you okay? It doesn't look like she is. It's me. And the other girl is... I don't know. Espella! Your Honor, stop this trial! Stop it right now! Can't you see you're driving Espella into insanity?
Objection.
It's just the opposite, Mr. Cantabella. Ugh. If we turn away from the truth now, Espella will close herself to the world forever. Ugh. Mr. Wright. Yes? You know who it is, don't you? You know the identity of the other girl in this picture. Is that so? The defense knows that. Tell us all who this other girl is. I mean, it's not like these two look alike, am I right? Of course, it's gotta be the Vigilante. Oh my goodness, look at them. They're covered up in that photo. It's Dark Law. I'm thinking it's High Inquisitor Dark Law. High Inquisitor Dark Law? I cannot say I didn't have slight suspicions about her, but... oh my. Miss Cantabella, what do you say? Do you now remember the girl next to you in this picture? I was with Lady Darklaw. This is crazy. What are you basing this preposterous claim on? I'm sorry, Chad. I'm so, like, amazed at what's going on. My vocabulary's off. But Mr. Cantabella, this girl closely resembles the High Inquisitor. Resembles? That's just your personal opinion. It's meaningless in a court of law.
Objection.
If you want evidence, I've got it. What? The definitive proof that the girl in the picture is High Inquisitor Dark Law is... her pendant.
Take that.
And this is the proof it was the High Inquisitor. The pendant needed for that contraption in the bell tower. I have Miss Darklaw's testimony here. She said this pendant was hers. And so... the other girl in the picture is definitely Miss Darklaw. Is it really? Oh? Eve? Eve, go bye-bye. Eve? Where are you going? Oh. Oh. Oh, where'd she come from? I was expecting you, Miss Darklaw. Hello? I see that I was not mistaken about you. I trusted in your ability to get this far. But High Inquisitor Darklaw, where did you disappear from? Does your memory not serve you well? Your Honor. You know what I am. I can disappear at will anytime I wish to. So, storyteller, everything has worked out just as you had written. O revered creator of Labyrinthia. Darklaw. Lady Darklaw. Oh man, she just appeared out of nowhere. It's a good thing they stood away 6 feet from each other. Miss Darklaw, did you answer the bell for Miss Cantabella when you were little? Yes, I did. Then you have memories of events from before 10 years ago. I certainly do. Eve is on the stand as well. Order! Order in the court! Lady Darklaw, you were with me? Your memories have been suppressed by that man. Ugh. But I was with Eve. Eve, huh? Eve the black cat? Yes, she has always been my dear friend. She was by my side on that day too. What a bizarre coincidence. Darklaw isn't my real name. What? Then what is your real name? It's oh. What? What? You are Eve? The cat was named after her! Eve is both the cat and the girl! Eve, Espella, my dear friend, Eve. Oh, that must mess up her mind a lot. It can't be. That flashback, was it real? Darklaw, why are you doing this? Are you trying to undo everything I have accomplished in the past 10 years? No, you have already ruined everything yourself. Ouch. She's right, though. What is it that you want? What I want? My aim is to make the truth known, so that everything returns to how it should be. Miss Darklaw, will you tell us what you remember about what happened back then more than 10 years ago? It would be my pleasure. It was the day of the fire festival, as Bella and I went up to the bell tower. The wind was strong that day. When the sun had set, the festival began. It's true that the whole town burned down that day. The fire consumed buildings and people, turning them into ashes. Jeez, we were the only survivors. We stayed... So that's how the whole town died! So this is what we didn't know from the storyteller until now. Everybody died by the big fire. And only 2 girls survived. What a way to go, chat, am I right? What a way to go. We stayed in the belfry while the world below us was being eaten up by hungry flames. Jesus. Oh my goodness. All to celebrate fire. The legendary fire is no fable. It happened here more than 10 years ago.
Objection!
That is a big ol' yikes. That's right, Rodrigo, big ol' yikes. There were no such thing as magic and fire dragons, so how could a whole town be destroyed in just one night? Oh, wait a minute. If they were involved, you think they might have all been unconscious and they couldn't put out the fire? Because remember, Espella was unconscious, and she was part of that town. They drank the water, which reacts to a silver bell. The bell was rung. Hopefully we get to that point. Yes, that's something I like to know as well. Even if we assume the celebratory fires got out of control, surely the whole town wouldn't have perished like that. Now it all makes sense. Oh, that was Layton. Now that all makes sense. That was the missing piece of this puzzle. What do you mean, Professor? I can imagine now what transpired that night. What happened in the belfry and what caused the legendary fire. We have all the clues we need. Ugh. If the Inquisition has evidence to show us, I'd very much like to see it. What caused the legendary fire? This yeah, the bell! Made of pure silver!
Have a look.
Have a look. The cause of the fire is in the belfry. It was the bell? That bell has been made by the natives and later sealed underground. It was called the Bell of Ruin. The Bell of Ruin? By the way, why does this bell have such an ominous name? Could it be because it's made of pure silver? Pure silver? Exactly. Mr. Cantabella has told us earlier that everyone who lives here has a very peculiar condition. This condition makes people fall unconscious upon the sound of a certain metal being struck. And that metal is pure silver. Yes. And we've been told the condition is brought about by drinking the groundwater. Indeed. That bell was also the reason why the original inhabitants of this area decided to forsake it. It seems that the Bell of Ruin caused a devastating disaster. To those who have gained entry into this sanctum, heed our words. You must not ring the Bell of Ruin. They know the curse. I can't help but wonder what disaster this bell had caused. An enormous bell made of pure silver, and the locals with their peculiar condition. It's not too hard to imagine what happened. It was probably the same calamity as the one that happened over 10 years ago. And that is... well, what disaster happened to this town before Labyrinthia was built? Ah! The legendary fire! Now, let us contemplate the following scenario. What would happen if the Bell of Ruin were sounded during the fire festival? Oh, everyone who heard it would fall unconscious. As it was an annual festival, all the townspeople were assembled in the town square. Oh dear. Therefore, on the night of the fire festival over 10 years ago, all the residents instantly lost consciousness when the bell was struck. Oh no. Had it been even just slightly windy that day, the fires lit for the Great Witch Bezella would have gone out of control, and they would spread throughout the town with no one left to stop them. Because everyone was unconscious. Exactly. That also includes the two girls who were in the belfry. Espella and I. You were the closest to the source of the sound, so it was inevitable. When you recovered consciousness, it was already too late. The town had already been swallowed by flames, as if a fire dragon had come to burn it. That was a calamity caused by the bell. Calamity? You say here that the cause of calamity is the Great Witch Bezella. That night, in this very town, Bezella was more than a mythical persona. Wait.
Bezella.
Espella!
She's losing it again.
Espella! Oh, what? That text is shaking. Wait, that text box shaking, chat. That's a cool effect.
Bezella.
Oh, is she going to lose it? Oh. Her eyes. Espella, is she okay? That's where it cuts off? To be continued? Are you joking? What a cliffhanger! Chat, what if I just ended the stream right now, though? How would you feel about that? I joke, though. I do joke. I'm gonna take a quick restroom break, alright? So in the meantime, I'm gonna just play this real quick. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick because I think we all need to take a small break, stretch up, get hydrated, because we are about to hit the end game, I believe. This will be it. So let me just find the extended version. Here we go. So I will play that. We will continue. Just give me 1 minute or so. I will be right back. In the meantime, I will put this up. I will put the schedule up while I'll be right back, alright? So I'll be back in a couple of minutes, alright? BRB. Alright. I have returned. Who's ready for the end game? Who's ready to finish this game once and for all? This is it. We are going to finish this game tonight, and it's going to happen on this stream. I hope you all had the chance to hydrate, to get yourselves ready, to stretch and whatnot. Because this is it. Alright. Let's get everything ready. Just gotta make sure I'm well adjusted. Citrix, you're so glad you found my streams? Why do you say that, Citrix? I'm so looking forward to streaming next week, though. But this week has some good streams as well. It's great. It's great. Alright. This is it, chat. Alright. I'm a fungus. Ah, I do be I'm a fun guy. Oh, gotcha. Alright, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, let's save. Let's get ready, chat. It's the continuation of the epilogue. Mr. Cantabella, I would like to apologize for putting too much pressure on your daughter. Ugh. Only your words can bring her back from the brink of madness. Let her hear the truth from her own father. Ugh. All according to your plan, Layton. You've driven Espella into a corner in order to push me to the wall. I had no other choice. Espella, please listen to me. You haven't done anything wrong. You didn't cause that accident. You have suffered so much thinking that you were Bezella. I must take the blame for that. You, Mr. Cantabella? I sacrificed everything to make up for what I've done. But all I managed to do was inflict more pain upon others. Is that not so, Dark Law? Now that you are willing to talk, Mr. Cantabella, would you mind telling us your story? Yours, as well as Espella's and Miss Darklaw's. Very well. This story, too, began when I was a young lad. When Newton and I were still youths, full of dreams and hope. As you already know, we discovered the underground ruins, and deep within them lay that accursed bell. How old is Darklaw? Does it say the age? I'm gonna say she's probably the same age around as Espella. I think she might be like a year or two older. I'm gonna guess she's 20. I'm gonna guess that she's 20. The Bell of Ruin. At the time, we still lacked the knowledge to decipher any of the writings we found there. This bell is magnificent. It's about to make the most beautiful sound. I have an idea. Why don't we make this bell the symbol of our town? How do you propose to do that? Let's build a bell tower for it. Then we can ring it on special occasions. That's not a bad idea. Then it's settled. When we grow up, let's do it. How can you carry a bell that magnificent? That is a giant bell. Okay, just don't forget about it. And because of that, because of their hopes and dreams, they're like, oh, let's ring the bell, haha! The two of us chose different paths in life. I studied management in London while Newton devoted himself to the study of the natural sciences. And then you made a fortune following the invention of a new anesthetic. We both got married around that time, and each of us had a daughter. Okay, I thought he was gonna say that they both got married to each other. Or did they? They just said we both got married around that time. Like, at the same time, they just got married, so not to each other? Okay. You mean Espella was born shortly after your company gained funding? That's right. We eventually returned to our hometown and set about realizing our childhood dream. Having built the bell tower in the middle of that town square, we retrieved the bell itself from the underground ruins. We aspired to make it a symbol of prosperity for this unindustrialized town. The bell, headcanon, they both got married to each other. We'll keep it that way. The bell was to be officially displayed during the annual fire festival. It will be rung in the morning following the night of celebration. Pardon the interruption, but at the time, were you aware of the meaning behind the bell's name? Obviously, we were not. Thinking back to my ignorance at the time, a chill now runs down my spine. Newton and I went to the bell tower the day before the festival. Only one more day to go. We waited a long time for this. That we have. This town will no longer be the same after tomorrow. The bell weighed so much that ringing it was not easy. We tackled that problem by constructing a special mechanism, which we installed in the belfry.
Daddy, I want to hear the bell. Can I make it ring?
Is that young Espella?
Daddy, please, let me ring it.
Daddy, please. Espella, who was there with us, was utterly enchanted by the bell. She wasn't a bad child, but she was very stubborn and would rarely listen to me when she wanted something. I told her a story to try and convince her to leave the bell alone.
Espella, listen carefully. You mustn't ring this bell.
But why? Why can't I, Daddy?
You know about
Aww.
Bezella the witch?
Uh-huh. She's an evil fire witch who uses magic to hurt people.
If you ring this bell, Bezella will come out and possess you.
Oh wow, that's a scary story to scar a child for life, am I right?
Possess me? You mean I'll turn into Bezella?
You will be so.
That's right, Espella.
So it's a childhood memory that makes her believe she's a spell? Oh my goodness. This girl needs therapy, chat. Espella needs major therapy when this is all over.
When Bezella possesses someone,
And everybody
she
else in
uses
town
them to do
too.
terrible things.
Everybody needs therapy after
That's
this.
why you must never ring this bell, sweetheart.
I understand, Daddy.
There's a good girl.
Imagine if she just said, you know what? Being Bezella ain't bad. Ring ding 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 ding. The legend of Bezella has been passed around these parts for centuries. It probably originated from beliefs of the tribes that populated this area in the past. But why did he make Bezella's name? Well, the storyteller ain't creative, remember, he just... This is all, he's not a storyteller, he's a businessman, not an Englishman. What I told Espella was just a silly story that I invented for the occasion. It was only meant to stop her from ringing the bell. It's like Cruella and Stella. Has anyone seen the newest Cruella movie? Or at least seen the one scene where Cruella's mom got pushed off a cliff by dogs? Hold on, something in my mouth. Such a weird movie. Didn't see it though. I could not have imagined that it would have such far-reaching consequences. Oh, Spella's back. It's all coming back to me now. I remember that day. On the day of the fire festival, just around the time when the preparations ended and everything was about to begin, I sneaked out of our house. I took Mom's pendant with me. Your mother's pendant? Do you mean this one? Yes, it belonged to my mum. We needed to limit access to the bell, so we made the 2 keys. We decided to make them into pendants, and each gave one to our respective wives. Both were needed in order to access the belfry. I saw you and Mr. Belduc use them, so I told Eve to meet me at the bell tower.
Daddy says Bezella will come out if I ring the bell, but if I do it just a little...
Oh my goodness, what a little
I
rebel.
want to try it while the festival is going on.
But wait, if she rang it,
I
oh
hope he doesn't
no!
forget her mum's pendant.
If she rang, oh no, if she rang it, that's not good. Please don't tell me she rang it. So it is just as I thought. Miss Darklaw, you are Mr. Belduc's daughter. Well done, Inquisitor. I was almost afraid you would fail to make that connection. What in the... This is too much for one day! We've been out here all night. When is morning? Order in the court! Lady Darklaw, you mean to say that you're Sir Belduc's daughter? Yes. My real name is Eve Belduc. I'm the alchemist's daughter. This is unbelievable! I also sneaked out of my house that evening, clutching my mother's pendant in my hand. I did just as you asked me to do. Did I not, Espella?
Espella, my mum's going to be so angry if she notices I took the pendant.
Young
Don't
Darklaw.
worry so much. I just really want to ring that bell. I want to hear it.
Oh, please don't tell me they rang it though. Please, I don't want that. No! 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 I rang the bell against my father's warning, and so Bezella possessed me. Because of me, the town, and everyone in it, they're all gone. No, it's not your fault. Stop blaming yourself. Supposedly, the former inhabitants of this area also used to fall unconscious upon the sound of that bell. Perhaps they experienced a similar nightmare. It was I who brought the Bell of Ruin into this town. The one to blame for this calamity is not some witch, it's me! I brought destruction upon this town. I am Bezella. I still fail to see why fire is dangerous, CB. I need more reasons. Espella, you're going to drive your dad crazy if you keep repeating that! Seeing you like this is giving me a strong feeling of deja vu. Bernie Hurdy! Bernie Hurdy, Bernie goes down! Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie! Eve, how can you be so evil? Are you happy now? I'm afraid we're in the dark as regards Miss Darklaw's sense of deja vu. Only 4 people survived the fire. Only 4? Espella and Eve, who were in the belfry, and the only 2 residents who did not participate in the fire festival, Newton and I. So your wives died? And where were you at the time, if you'll permit my asking? We were investigating those fateful ruins, that's why we didn't notice anything until it was too late. It was getting near the end. It was getting near the time at which we planned to ring the bell, so we headed towards the town. So either way, the girls either destroyed everybody or the men. So either way, you can't... Wow. Then we saw it. The town had been burnt to ashes, the air shimmering from the heat. That's too awful for words. We searched for survivors, sick with anxiety. Eventually, we found our daughters in the bell tower. Espella was unresponsive, like a doll. Eve was crying at her side. Our relief at having found them vied with terror caused by the disaster. But wait. Wait a second. Eve didn't look like she was... Wait, why did Eve... If Eve's crying, she looks perfectly fine. Espella inhaled so much... Hopefully we'll find out. The worst night of my life ended, pierced with the first rays of sunshine. But then... It seemed Espella was already lost to us. We all lost her to Bezella. Oh. She wouldn't speak, eat or even leave her room. She thought she was Bezella, and that she had destroyed the town. I couldn't get that out of her head. What she saw from the bell tower must have been so terrifying. But it wasn't shock from what she had seen. My own words have put her in that state. Hold on, chat. Give me 1 second. I forgot to plug in my camera to recharge again. I don't want the camera to die. There we go. It's the second time. I know it's the second time. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I got so hooked on the game that I forgot. I literally just forgot. I'm sorry. How was my phone, by the way? Oh, wow. After this far, it's halfway over. It's like half dying right now. My phone is being charged right now. It's being charged right now. I can promise you that, chat. I can promise you that my phone is being charged right now. But thank you. Had I only not told her that stupid story. We have been grasping at straws, trying to find a way to save Ispella's mind. Eat hot chip and lie? I am not eating hot chip and I will not lie, okay? But whatever we did, her eyes will remain impassive and empty. If it makes you feel better, your phone is dead too? Pixel Dog, I know you're a dog, but charge your phone. In the end, I came upon a certain idea that offered us a glimpse of hope. What was it? The suspense is too much for my aging heart. I believe I may know what it was. It was the only way to get through to little Ispella. Inquisition, what are you talking about? What was Mr. Cantabella's idea for saving his daughter from insanity? So we did this and we did that. It wasn't the suicide note, so it's gotta be the first story. Save... Oh, the first story written with the inky. Ah.
Have a look.
Have a look. We discovered this in Ispella's room. And that is... It's a handmade picture book. The illustrations and handwriting are truly exquisite. That's the first story I wrote. I made it for Ispella after that dreadful fire. Oh, the storyteller's first story. It was but a simple children's story. The plot was very straightforward. The townsfolk joined forces to banish evil witches who served Bezella.
Ispella, do you understand now? You aren't Bezella. Bezella is somewhere out there, sending out other witches to do bad things to the people of our town.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute. The ink. The suicide note. It was written with the... It must... Sir Belduke was knocked out by the ink of his suicide note. That's what... Hey, Greg, what goes on? Welcome to the stream. Witches, magic, the town perishing in flames. Ispella was mentally broken and I couldn't get through to her any other way. I talked to her as if magic and witches were real, avoiding any mention of that fire.
Daddy. A witch is real.
This is one messed up game. Ispella spoke to me for the first time in so many days. I was beyond myself with joy and replied without thinking.
Oh, yes, they are. They're hiding in the town.
That avatar is lit. Oh, don't say lit. Many lit things have happened in this game so far. Big ol' fire. But thank you. I was desperate. I feared she would close herself off to me again. Now in hindsight, I see what an utter fool I was. I made an irreversible mistake yet again.
No, it's not. Everything your daddy writes comes true.
And that's where her mind has been changed for her whole life.
The bad witches will get their comeuppance. I will write a story about it.
Imagine emotionally manipulating your daughter, mentally manipulating your daughter for over 10 years. And so I wrote another story for my daughter, a story about mischievous witches getting caught. This time I had the story acted out in front of Ispella. You had it acted out? Back then, I wasn't the only one tormenting myself over the mental state of my daughter. Newton was going through hell too. His own daughter had been badly scarred by the event. Isn't that right, Eve? My father and I repaired a building that had survived the fire and continued to live in this town. Ispella wasn't even able to leave her room. We couldn't leave her behind when she needed all the help she could get. Mr. Cantabella showed us this book one day. Then, he made an unusual request of us.
I'd like to make this story real. Would you be willing to help me do so?
To our surprise, he was entirely serious. Seeing that, we gladly offered our help. A story about evil-doing witches getting caught and punished, and Bezella, the source of them all.
Were you paying attention, Espella? Witches got what they deserved, and peace has been restored to the town.
Espella smiled at the end. Then she whispered to herself,
It wasn't me.
When I saw her smile, I felt as if something broke inside me. I couldn't afford to let her be sad again. Maybe if Bezella were to exist in this town, Espella would stop thinking she herself harbored the Great Witch. I continued writing stories about witches. Even I would act them out for Espella. And gradually, the number of characters in my stories increased. That was, of course, largely due to the ongoing reconstruction of the town. So this whole town has become like a storybook for Espella. It's literally a Espella storybook, but real. How much reconstruction? It wasn't anything on a big scale. I simply paid people to move in and act out their roles. But I began to think that I would need more than that. The story had to be real. To make a lie seem true, you resorted to even more lies. His self-insert fanfiction, oh my goodness, no! Yes, I was certain that was the only way. How did I do so? I remembered about Newton's research. He was working on a certain medicine. It was a kind of tranquilizer made from local plants that he was testing at the time. But it was difficult to put into practical use. The substance had a danger of causing unconsciousness and hypnosis. I can see how that could be abused to cause much harm, supposing it fell into the wrong hands. At the same time, it was just what I needed for my ambitious project. I contacted the government, and that was the beginning of what came to be known as Project Labyrinthia, a town with human test subjects, all in a state of long-term hypnosis. You devised that plan solely for the sake of your daughter. Yes. We acquired the land which had been laid to waste by the fire. The new town was slowly becoming populated. Gradually, the rules of Labyrinthia were established. It was to be a town where magic and witches were a reality to the residents. All of this was possible thanks to the drug. The test subjects were exposed to it through the ink used to pen the story, right? That's right. It was the dangerous drug developed by Newton. About 10 years have passed since then. Even now, the town continues to change. My goodness. Chat. What is this game? Why? Everything's a lie. Everything's just a story, a play for Espella. To make her believe she's not Bezella. Project Labyrinthia. And all this was done for one girl. Espella was only able to be herself when she lived within my story. Oh, the irony of it. Only within a world in which Bezella was real could Espella's tragic memories be sealed. All this while, Eve was assisting me. I was the first shade. Huh? As soon as the story began, I disappeared from the scene. If Espella was to see some magic, then someone had to don this robe. That's the robe of invisibility. I gave Espella new memories so that she could live in this town with everyone else. I also sealed the memory of her friend Eve. What? My existence was too strongly connected to her memory of the fire. Afterwards, I returned as Darklaw, a stranger to Espella. But even if you were doing this for Espella's sake, that's just going too far. I made that choice. I do not regret the past 10 years. Meanwhile, my father was supporting Labyrinthia from behind the scenes, in his own way. Do you mean his contributions as an alchemist? My father's knowledge of medicine was indispensable for this town to function. The hallucinogenic ink was my father's work as well. So it was. Newton and Eve sacrificed more than anyone else for the sake of Espella and this town. Imagine being at school writing down things and you knock out from the ink. That would stink if you're writing a sentence or an essay. I will be forever indebted to them. How do invisibility cloaks work? Good question, I have no idea. We wanted to save Espella just like you. Or maybe it's ingrained into their head that when they wear it, they're invisible, though. Maybe the cloak doesn't really make it invisible, I don't know. But then, there's still something I don't understand. Why were you trying to destroy this fake world? In the end, you chose to betray Espella and Mr. Cantabella. Oh, but I've told you already, have I not? It was your revenge against Mr. Cantabella for choosing to end the story, correct? I wonder whether that was the true reason. Professor? Would Miss Belduke really betray them merely because she did not want the story to end? I dare say there was another, considerably more important reason. She had another reason? No need to frown in dismay, Mr. Wright. Please leave this to me. Well then, let's hear what the Inquisition has to say. What other reason led the witness to betray Mr. Cantabella? Well, we tried everything else but the suicide note, so I'm gonna go with the suicide note. She didn't want Espella to remember? She did help out, but then we found out Eve's real motive, the suicide note. What is this? I think I've seen it before. That's the letter written by Mr. Belduke for Mr. Cantabella. It's also Mr. Belduke's suicide note. My dear friend, I hope you can forgive me for leaving this world of my own will. What I have done cannot be forgiven. I can never escape from it. Something was tormenting Mr. Belduke. It became too much for him to bear, and drove him to suicide. These past 10 years, I thought Father was glad to be helping Cantabella, but little did I know, he was suffering terrible anguish all that time. Cantabella twisted the lives of so many people for the sake of his daughter. Was the story not but a glorified lie, stripping so many of what little happiness they had? All those years, Father was racked by a crushing sense of guilt. Why didn't he just consult them? Zytrix, when you have so much guilt inside you and you feel like that's it, like, mental health is really important. It must have been torturing his mind for so long that it must have been for all these years. 10 years of anguish. Imagine trying to harbor 10 years of anguish and torment. Emotional pain. He chose that. He chose that himself, with not the right way, but yeah. Sad as it is. His agony culminated in the incident of 3 months ago. Mr. Belduke's death. Oh, the tower. When the tower came back, it brought back memories. Horrible memories. just remembered everything when that appeared. It's like your guilt coming back to get ya. Before Labyrinthia was created, certain things had to be concealed in order to seal Aspella's memories. Had she seen them, she would have remembered. They were simply too dangerous to her. One of them was me. Aspella's friend Eve had to be reborn as a shade and disappear into the forest. The next thing was the bell tower. I see, had she seen it, it would have been certain to stir up those traumatic memories. Memories of the legendary fire. The only way to prevent that was to erase the bell tower from Labyrinthia. But how could you do that? Using the same method as with this robe. Wait, we're gonna find out about how it makes things invisible. In short, we covered up the tower with a huge robe. Although it wasn't as easy as it sounds. In other words, the bell tower had been there all this time. Can someone just bump into it and say, ow? Only the townspeople couldn't see it. Is that correct? Indeed. I don't know what to say. At any rate, the situation changed due to that lightning strike 3 months ago, did it not? Oh, it destroyed the robe. It was a most unfortunate accident. The lightning set the bell tower's cover on fire. That cover was quickly consumed by flames, revealing that abominable bell tower. The beginning of all this, the Bell of Ruin appeared before us. It was a mockery of our efforts. That tower emerging from the flames must have seemed like a sign of divine anger to Mr. Belduke. A sign that no matter how you attempted to conceal your sins, the truth will eventually float up to the surface. Having realized this, Father chose death. He was such a kind-hearted man. I didn't have an inkling of what he had been going through. To him, the participation of Labyrinthia's people within this project was not voluntary. Even though they have themselves signed a contract, I believe he felt those people were being deceived. Father took his life because of you, Cantabella! Wow. Sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've been speechless. This is crazy. Now you know why I did what I did. I lost my father 3 months ago. That day, my revenge began. You gotta go fix a dog. Okay. Your revenge. The first step of my plan was to rewrite the story. What did you say? As president of wow, I forgot how to pronounce that word again. As president of Labrellum Incorporated, you had to spend most of your time in London. Over the past few years, you were coming to Labyrinthia only for the parades. So naturally, I knew you would never notice if the story were slightly changed. That explains it. I couldn't help thinking there was something strange going on. Mr. Cantabella is Aspella's father, after all. He wouldn't have made Aspella a witch in this story. Aspella was a witch? When did that happen? How could you have known, after all? Let me fill you in on the details. Aspella has already been tried once within the witch's court. Impossible! Why? How could you? You knew the risk that would carry? Look at you. What a fine author of that grand story you are. You left all the work in Labyrinthia to me. Meanwhile, you were making millions for yourself in London. What a pathetic excuse for a father. You didn't even notice that your precious little Aspella was in such danger. Ugh. Miss Belduke, why did you do that to Aspella? Do you even need to ask? I did it to unlock her memories. You mean, when the legendary fire took place, Aspella was so traumatized that she closed herself off to the world. We were just little girls then. That tragic accident was too much for us to handle. This fictitious town was created as a facade to keep the truth away from Espella. But the weight of it all, these lies, led my father to a suicide. Despite that, the person responsible for all this carried on as if nothing had happened. I couldn't forgive him. As Belduke's bereaved daughter, I had to have my revenge against both Cantabellas. Judge, this is the whole truth. Now you know the true identity of Bezella. And there you go, now we know why she wants her memory back. You say this is the whole truth, but is that really the case? Professor, what are you going on about now? We have been provided with a clear picture of what happened to Espella so long ago. Nevertheless, we haven't yet heard your testimony. Don't be ridiculous. This will be the last testimony in this trial. Oh, tell us about the night of the legendary fire. I request that you tell us your story. Who do you think you are, Inquisitor? I am merely one of the supporting characters within this tale. However, I am very much interested in the truth. This has been a very long trial, of which this shall be the last interrogation. The court demands that the single other witness of the legendary fire provides us with her testimony. Very well. There is only one truth. Nothing can change that. This is it. The final testimony, chat. Let's go! Espella wanted to ring the bell no matter what, so we went up to the belfry. The festival celebrations had already started. The mechanism for ringing the bell was at a height we could reach. The next thing I remember is coming to and running to Espella's side. I was shaking her until she finally opened her eyes. The next moment, we saw that nightmarish view. All strength abandoned us, and we didn't know what to do. That was when we were found by my father and Mr. Cantabella. The bell could only be rung with a special mechanism. That's right. It was made in such a way that even a child could use it. It was probably constructed by my father. I suppose he wanted to make it possible for anyone to ring that bell. In light of the events that followed, that was clearly a very foolish decision. A mechanism for ringing the bell? The crank? I noticed something like that on a pillar when we went to the belfry earlier. I better make a note of it in the court record. Oh boy, now we got a crank. Even a child can use it. Chat, let's go and ring the bell. Let's all knock out. Oh dear, fate can certainly be cruel. I have to agree. If only we had not discovered those ruins and brought that bell to our town. Or if only we could have deciphered those ancient writings a little earlier. Moreover, if only the groundwater in this area didn't cause that strange condition. Unfortunately, Mr. Cantabella, the tragedy occurred. All that remains for us to do is to seek out the truth. Not for the sake of vengeance, but for the sake of the future. Mr. Wright? Yes? You have been fighting furiously to uncover the truth. This is the final interrogation. I trust you know what to do. Leave it to me. To be honest, I have no idea what lies ahead. But whatever it is, there's no question we need to get to the bottom of it. There's gotta be light at the end of this tunnel. Let's do it, chat! Let's go! Let's go! Espella wanted to ring the bell no matter what, so we went up to the belfry. You needed both pendants to access the belfry, right? Espella asked me to bring my mother's pendant, so I did. That wasn't the only requirement, however. You also needed to solve a puzzle in order to use the contraption. I've always been a master puzzle solver. For me, it was child's play. Literally. She solved it when she was a little girl? What's your excuse, Nick? Hey, I have different talents. Espella and Eve were best friends at the time. Eve is 2 years older than Espella. Hey, I was right! I did say 1 or 2 years. I did say 2 years at the end, so she is 2 years. She's 20. She used to be like a big sister to her. So, the two of you went to the Belfry. What happened next? The festival celebrations had already started. The mechanism for ringing the bell was at a height even we could reach. So, talents like what? You know his talents. He can play piano. He can play poker. That's it. So even a little girl could ring the bell? Yes, easily. I intended to make it so that the bell would only be rung on special occasions. That's exactly why I put that puzzle in place to restrict access. You also divided the key to the belfry into 2 components as an extra precaution. I was careful, but the same cannot be said of Newton, who constructed the mechanism as a whole. He sucks at the piano, you know the lore? I didn't say he played well, I just said he plays piano. That's like saying that I'm a drummer and I play guitar. He presumably wished to make it so that even our young daughters could use it, meaning strength was not a requirement. And that became his undoing. By the way, how old were the girls at the time? Espella was 6 and Eve was 8. I see. That mechanism was the last thing I saw before falling unconscious. And then... Hold on, chat. I need a sip of drink. The next thing I remember is coming to and running to Espella's side. Do you mean that you fell unconscious after the bell was struck? Yes, I believe so. Our peculiar condition causes an instant reaction. The brain probably doesn't even have time to register the sound before consciousness is lost. It was almost as if a slice of time had been stolen from my life. When I opened my eyes, I was lying on the floor. I lifted my head and saw Espella lying nearby. I sprang to my feet and ran to her side. And what about the situation in the town at that time? I was preoccupied with Espella, so I didn't notice it to begin with. At that time, was Espella still unconscious? Yes. I panicked a little and took her in my arms, hoping she'd wake up. I was shaking her until she finally opened her eyes. The next moment, we saw that nightmarish view. So, it was you who woke Espella up, witness? Yes, it was me. She was out cold, curled up on the floor until I shook her awake. As soon as she came to, she turned to look at the town, to that nightmarish view stretching out before us. When you say nightmarish view, I can't find no other words to describe it. We froze in terror at the sight. It took us a while to notice that smoke was creeping up to the bell tower too. Our eyes filled up with tears and we couldn't stop crying, perhaps because of the smoke. The town seemed like a fire dragon's playground. I was trembling with terror unlike anything I've known before. Dear me. Merely imagining it now raises the hairs on my beard. All Strafe abandoned us, and we didn't know what to do. That was when we were found by my father and Mr. Cantabella. You didn't leave the Belfry until their arrival? Of course not. We were paralyzed with fear. It was an event so traumatizing it still haunts us. Espella fainted again when she saw the fire dragon. I was crying and wailing until our fathers found us. We went to the bell tower as if it was a good vantage point. We weren't expecting to find our daughters there. Of course, neither suspected at that point that the disaster had been caused by the Bell of Ruin. Eve was in tears, sobbing violently. As for Espella, he was in a daze, her face frozen in an expression of disbelief. She didn't know what was happening around her. I cannot say this with certainty, as my memories are a little vague. But I think I was trying to protect her. Wait, what?
Hang on!
Hang on! Mr. Cantabella? I remember that very well, as if it happened yesterday. Cantabella, would you mind telling us what you saw?
Eve! Espella! Are you alright?
Daddy!
Eve! What on earth happened here?
It was Bezella! Bezella the witch!
Bezella? What are you talking about?
Bezella comes out whenever someone rings the bell, right?
What have you done? You didn't...
Oh, please, Mr. Cantabella, don't be angry at Espella.
Don't be angry at Espella. Eve said it with a most serious look on her face. Please, Mr. Cantabella, don't be angry at her. When she said that, I grasped the situation. I realized what had transpired in the belfry. And I thought to myself, I must protect these children. Eve. I'm so sorry, Eve. Espella. Sweetie. Dad, please forgive me. You've done all this for me. Espella, you're with us again. All this for me? Well. At last, it would appear we are one step away from the truth. Professor, you seem to already know what that truth is. Do I? That remains to be seen. Continue the interrogation and we shall all know soon enough. Very well, the court agrees with Inquisitor Layton. Witness, continue your testimony. As you wish. Oh, I guess I gotta check again, though.
Hold it!
Until I find another contradiction, I guess? You needed both pendants to access the belfry, correct? Espella asked me to bring my mother's pendant, so I did. That wasn't the only requirement, however. Oh, wait, can I... Oh, it's all the same text right now. Okay, so I'm gonna check everywhere else to see if any testimony seems sus at the moment.
Hold it!
So maybe there might be new text. Because I can skip all the old text right now. Because it's all the same stuff right now. I think I gotta find until I gotta go hold on or present some evidence. Let me check one by one to see if anything seems sus to anybody else.
Hold it!
Because right now everything seems alright. And nothing seems really sus as of yet. Everything seems the same, alright? And there's only 2 more lines to check out. Shaking her until she became... So it was you who woke Espella up, witness. Yes, it was me. She was out cold, curled up on the floor, and then, yeah, said the same thing again, right? As soon as she came to, she turned to look at the town. Oh wait, Espella's back, that's why. Oh, it's because Espella's back, now she can say something. As soon as she came to, she turned to look at the town, to that nightmarish view stretching out before us.
Hang on!
Hang on! Excuse me, Espella. Now that you're awake... Espella, are you okay? Yes. Everything's fine. My apologies for bringing back such troubling memories. Nevertheless, you must endeavor to face them and overcome the power they hold over you. Yes, I remember it now. The fire dragon. I summoned it because I'm Bezella. No, Espella, it was just an illusion. No, you're wrong, Dad. It wasn't an illusion. It was a fact. If I hadn't rung the bell, none of this would have happened. Pezzella is the bringer of disaster, and that's what I've done to our town. Wait. Ah! The accused runner. Oh, Pezella's run away! Quick after her! She's running to the bell tower! Darn it, she's locked herself in! It's no use! We'll have to break down the door to get in! Oh, that girl, she's gone and... She's dispelled milled herself. Why bring that word back? Stay away from me! What? Espella? What is she doing at the top of the tower? Espella! Espella, be careful, it's dangerous up there! Please, Espella, come down! I'm sorry, everyone. I have no right to be— Wait, what? Espella, no! No. Nick, Espella's going to do something crazy! I can see that, but what the heck can I do? Espella, please do not make any hasty decisions. Mr. Layton. The truth is close now. Be brave for a little while longer. The truth? As if it wasn't clear already. If I hadn't rung that bell, everything would have been fine.
Objection.
You may be mistaken. You still don't know the whole story. Huh? Isn't that so, Mr. Wright? I had the same feeling when I was listening to Eve's testimony. I felt something was not right. Really, I thought that was pretty much it. The pieces of the puzzle that don't fit yet are themselves the hint to the solution. No way. You mean Espella didn't ring the bell? What nonsense, of course she did. Hold on, Dark Law, you did say don't blame her, and now you're being a bit defensive. Huh? As it stands, it's hard to say for sure that she didn't ring the bell. However, we've got evidence that will clear any doubts. Show us the so-called evidence you claim to have then. What do you think proves that Espella didn't ring the bell? Oh wait, I have this now. What if I use the top floor device? It's the only thing that could work right now. Espella, can you hear me? Yes. Where you're standing now is the same spot from where you saw the Spire Dragon. Yes, that's right. This fretwork here is the same as what I saw that day. Oh, that was Phoenix. Oh, whoops. Man, I can't believe people can actually differentiate the voices. When I look at it now, it seems so small, even adorable. The fence. What does that have to do with anything? As you will no doubt recall, Mr. Cantabella told us that people who drink the groundwater here suffer from a condition. A condition where they fall unconscious the moment they hear the sound of pure silver. We all fall unconscious immediately. After the bell sounded. You recovered consciousness sooner than Espella. You ran to her side and shook her awake. That is true. Eve did not. As soon as she opened her eyes, she saw the fire dragon. In other words, if it was Espella who rang the bell, that would mean the device for ringing the bell must be very close to the fretwork of the dragon. Espella, can you please check that for me? See if the contraption is located near the dragon fretwork. Okay, give me a minute. Oh, groundwater's delicious. Mr. Wright. Espella, did you find it? I don't know if it's the right thing, but there's something on the other side of the belfry. A contraption with a handle. Oh! The other side! What? On the other side? That's right. I figured there was something weird when we went up to the bell tower, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. No way. So if Espella was at the side with the dragon belt, with the dragon etching, and the contraptions on the other side, Espella did not ring the bell. No way. You see where I'm going with this, don't you, Miss Belduke? If it was Espella who rang the bell, there's no way she could have seen the fire dragon when she woke up. No, this can't be right. An excellent deduction, Mr. Wright. Miss Darklaw. It seems that everything is now clear as day. What do you mean? Why, of course. I mean the answer to the question of who rang the bell. It was her, it had to be. What do you say, Mr. Wright? Oh, we're about to double take that now? It looks like we've arrived at the same conclusion. We now know that only one person could have done it. Wait, what good would saying it out loud do? Is there a problem, Mr. Cantabella? It wasn't your daughter who rang that bell. Should that not lift some burden off your shoulders? Are you not curious to know the name of the true culprit who has pinned the blame on your daughter after all this while? Ugh. How about you stop taunting us? Just say the name already. Who is this true culprit? Let's do it, Professor. Are you ready? I am always ready, Mr. Wright. It's time to set things straight. The person who rang the bell is... easy. Look, the game already selected it for me. The game already knew. It was Darklaw! It's you! Eve Belduke! Me? But... there were only the two of you in the belfry at that time. You know that better than anyone. And if it wasn't Espella who rang the bell, it had to be you. That's preposterous. It can't be true. It was an extremely traumatizing event for both you and Espella. Your friend's memories were altered from the shock without her even realizing it. She believed she was a witch who rang the bell and summoned the winged dragon Ara, which incinerated the town. I don't know, chat. Every time I see the fire dragon, I keep thinking of the Yu-Gi-Oh monster, the winged dragon Ara. However, Miss Belduke, Espella wasn't the only one whose memories were warped by the horrors you two witnessed. You were affected as well.
No.
Oh, what is that blurry mess?
Espella, she rang the bell. It was her, not me. But why? What are these flashbacks? I've never had these before.
They're all coming back, chat. She realized what she done. Oh wait, are we gonna see the... well, I guess we're gonna see everybody die, chat. Yay! Fire Festival! Goodness. Oh, she's too tiny to push it. Oh, she tried.
What's the matter? I don't want to do this now. We'll be taken over by Bezella. Bezella is just a fairy tale. And you're the
Executive
one who
producer
said you wanted to
Slifer. Oh
come and
no.
ring the bell. I did, but I...
Oh, bless the executive. Oh, bless the tormentor and the other ones have different names. Oh, I freaking love little Karibo.
Hmm?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Espella, don't do that. What if she rang the bell and she just falls out? Oh, that sound. That is dark, chat. What the heck? Oh my goodness. I don't like this one bit, chat. Ah. Chat, can I say that was some beautiful animation? What the heck was that animation? It was
That nightmare
great.
was too much for two young girls to take in. Your young minds needed to protect themselves. That's why you subconsciously repressed those memories.
Then, if that's true, for the past 10 years, I've been pinning the blame for what I've done on Isabella. It can't be. It can't be true. It's impossible!
What? Wait, where'd she go?
Darklost just disappeared.
Oh, she put the robe on.
On the invisibility robe.
High Inquisitor Darklaw, she's run away. But did you hear that? It was her that once destroyed this town. Our lives have already been messed up so much. We don't need this now. She's gotta pay for what she did. Capture her. Chad, I think we're reaching a conclusion.
The bell tower. Ispella's gone.
Isabella!
No, she's on the roof.
What? Isabella!
I beg you, don't blame Eve. It really doesn't matter anymore who rang the accursed bell. This town was all created for me. It's my fault you've all been used and suffered so much.
Isabella, please, don't do...
Bella, what are you saying? Please, come down right now. You haven't done anything wrong. It was all my fault.
Dad, I know that you did this for me. You've been so kind to me. And what did I do? I selfishly ran away from home.
Isabella.
I will finish your story for you.
Oh
The
no!
witch will be gone forever, and everyone will live happily ever after.
This is insane!
Thank you for everything you've done for me.
We are playing a Phoenix Wright game, right? We are, right? What the heck? Oh no.
Wait! Don't do it, Isabella!
Oh my, oh no, 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 no! Wait. Oh! Oh my goodness.
Isn't that Darklaw?
Where the heck have you been, Luke? Where the heck were you?
I finally remembered everything I've
Did the
done.
game finally remember him?
You're not the only one who remembered. You still have the pendant.
Yes, of course. That's because somehow I always knew it was important to me.
Isabella,
You kept your pendant as well, didn't you, Eve?
for some reason.
By the way, chat, you can tell they used a lot of their budget here. Do you know that? Did you see that? Did you see that high animation? That high quality animation?
Quick, they'll fall if we don't do something.
He finished that
We
the
have to
optional
save them.
puzzle.
No, you won't make it there in time.
Why?
The wooden handrail Eve's holding onto is rotted through.
Wait, it's gonna
We need
break?
Some sort of magic to save them.
No way.
Oh,
Magic, you say?
is Layton gonna
Got an
say
idea,
this is a
Professor?
puzzle?
If a bit of magic is all that's needed to save these two young ladies, then perhaps that is something I can arrange.
It's gonna be a puzzle, isn't it? It's a puzzle.
You can?
It's a freaking puzzle, isn't it? Tell me it's a puzzle. It's gotta be a puzzle. Oh!
You have to let go, otherwise you'll fall too.
Oh! What is Layton gonna do? Wait. Nani?
Professor?
That's some anime magic going on there. What's going on here? Anyone? Professor, you're a sorcerer! No, Miss Faye. We have already established that magic doesn't exist even in this town. But then how did you just do that? What you have just seen was the last and greatest illusion within Labyrinthia. Huh? An illusion? Magic is but an illusion, and this illusion has been produced through the power of suggestion and Labyrinth's medication. Everyone in Labyrinthia has been under this particular magic spell. Now then, shall we break the spell? Magic is the last mystery to be solved. What? I don't know what? I'm confused. You've seen through all my tricks, Layton. I wouldn't have done it without the vital hint you gave me when we spoke in your tower. The final spell is concealed at the start. Okay, so what does that mean? As you know, all the spells are listed within this book. Right, the Grand Grimoire! Now, what did Mr. Cantabella mean by the start? The front cover? Precisely, Mr. Wright. The final spell shall dispel the illusion. The correct incantation is hidden on the front cover itself.
Well then, Mr. Wright. This is the final puzzle.
It's a freaking puzzle!
Beauty will begin
Pug!
for the townspeople.
Pug!
Let us put an end to this illusion.
It's a freaking
Once and for all.
puzzle!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh no, they're in midair. Let's go solve the puzzle. Here we go. What the heck is this? Puzzle number 70, the final spell, 90 Pickerats. Hidden on the cover of the Grand Grimoire are the characters that spell out the true magic incantation. Select the characters on the touchscreen and slide them over their counterparts on the tome's cover to make them vanish. The grand finale approaches. Remove the extra magical characters from the Grand Grimoire's cover to reveal the hidden incantation. So let's see. I just gotta move them over and they'll disappear. Try to match the character with its counterpart on the upper screen. So it's basically, I just gotta match them. I gotta match them very closely. Alright, so what if I just follow the one on the tutorial? Oh no, oh wait, it's just gotta fit, right? Okay, that's how you gotta do it. All I gotta do is just put them together. Now, where does the T go? I got it now, chat, I got it. Oh wait, let me do this on my own. Don't give me any tips. I want to find this on my own. This is the last puzzle. Okay, I don't see this anywhere. Alright, well, how can I get back? So not all of them will be used though. Okay, so I think I got it now. This one goes here. So let me look at the whole thing and see where each one goes. I know this one goes over here. Got it. Let's see, anything else? Oh, the big E. E. Yeah, the big E is gone now. Now let's see, what else we got? One, oh wait, doesn't this one go here? It's upside down. There we go. The little Thunderbolt symbol goes here. Gotcha. This weird Thunderbolty line. Don't think it goes anywhere. I don't see it, so that's not used. The L shape, where does that go? Oh, the L shape is over here. Alright, next we got... What about this one with a dot? That's not anywhere, but this squiggly line, this weird, funny squiggly line has to go somewhere. Or not. This one goes here. Is that all of them? No, there's more. Let's look close. Oh, wait, I found it. This one goes down here. Is that it? No, wait. This one goes right here. No, it goes right here. There we go. Oh, wait, so we do need the one with the dot. This one goes here. Oh, wait, I see. It's right here on the... It's right on the edge of the book. I didn't see that. It was hidden so well.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Final puzzle complete. All right, speed run over. Speed run over. What's my time? What's my time at a speed run? Oh my goodness. It's... Chat, we literally been up all night.
Rising, and when it does, its light will reveal the truth behind Labyrinthia's mysteries.
Now, Professor?
Yes. Shall we, Mr. Wright?
Alright, what are they going to do? Whoa, oh my, what's about the camera angles? Oh, tail end. Oh my goodness. It was literally all a big giant contraption in this town. Okay, oh, that's a great twist. Oh my freaking goodness.
The real magic behind Labyrinthia.
Excellent work, my boy.
Do I want to know how all this is possible?
It's Luke.
Luke actually did something. Wait, he's too young to use that. Aren't you a little too young to be using a crane? Yes, I am. Okay, Phineas and Ferb, why not? Luke's been there the whole time working a crane. That was insane, chat. Wow. So we saved them, everything's... and it's now morning, and now look at this place. This is crazy.
The town's full of machinery?
So much for magic. It was all done with these machines.
Magic!
That's right. With magic, witches can fly, buildings can disappear. Those are no easy feats to stage. To make
So
all those
literally...
incredible things real, we needed a great deal of machinery.
But wait, with all these machinery, how do you muffle the sound?
Just, I don't know, made the magic a bit simpler?
Like, how do you take away the sound of ka-ching, ka-ching?
And they'd go wild with these machines, making all sorts of crazy stuff happen. That's so cool. I'd love to try it.
Maya's like, let me try a crane.
A quick crash course before operating the machines. Not
Where?
bad,
Where'd you take the crash course? From who?
Yes, Luke. What would we do without you?
I took an online course in cranery.
My turn. I want to pick something up off the ground and make it fly through the air.
I think she wants to do that to Phoenix.
I wish you'd stop looking at me when you say that, Mom.
Yep, I knew it.
Well, in any case, I think we should head back to the courthouse.
Right you are, Professor. The judge might have fallen asleep waiting for us.
I mean, we literally been up all night. Literally up all night. Of course, like, you're gonna be exhausted, tired, sleepy. He's been sleeping.
The sun has risen above Labyrinthia and has shown us our town's true form. Well, I really don't think there's any need for a verdict anymore. The witches on trial weren't witches after all. I am deeply relieved that those I have sentenced are still alive and well.
The witch trials are finally over.
At last, I can step down from this seat with a clear conscience.
And show you my lower body.
And now?
Because all we see is your torso.
The final verdict in the last witches' court session ever to be held.
Let's go. Not guilty! Confetti rains down from the sky! Who's throwing the confetti? Who's throwing the confetti? Is that magic too? But it's all over, chat. It's over! Oh, wait. It's the victory theme from the first game. Do, 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 do. Thank you for your help, Professor. The feeling is mutual, Mr. Wright. A gentleman always fights for the truth. I couldn't have done it otherwise. Oh, Judgy, on side judge. I'd like to congratulate the two of you. You both did splendidly in the court. Oh, it's the judge. You've brought to light the truth about this town. Although I still find it astonishing that we could not see all of this. I cannot even begin to imagine how it was achieved. You were all given a very simple instruction when you were hypnotized. You cannot see pure black. That was sufficient. Oh, now I see. These strange contraptions are made from some sort of black metal. Oh, so it's just hypnotized. It was hypnotism. So that's why the robe is invisible, because it was a black robe. Fanta Black? Wait just a second, there are plenty of black objects all over Labyrinthia, aren't there? Yeah, that's right. My hair's charcoal black too. Imagine, bald Maya. Ah, but it's not pure black. What? What we often perceive as the color black is in fact far from being pure black. Our brains interpret reflections of light as colors. Objects which reflect even the smallest amount of light are not pure black. Pure black is only encountered within nature as darkness. Darkness, sir? The machines used in Labyrinthia are coated in a special material developed by Labrellum Incorporated. It absorbs the light without reflecting any. It is the only material that can be said to be pure black. Oh, I bet this invisibility robe is also made of that same material, right? That's correct. And of course, the bell tower was concealed using the very same material as well. When you think about it, this town abounds in all things invincible. Huh? Miss Darklaw, or should I say Miss Belduke? Yes. For 10 long years, your memories have been suppressed. The truth about what occurred in the Belfry was invisible to me, you mean? Mr. Cantabella and your father knew it all along. They knew who actually rang the bell. What? Did they really? Is that true, Cantabella? As we have demonstrated, it was easy to deduce from the situation in the Belfry. But if he knew that all along, why didn't he say something? It was, of course, for your own good.
Don't be angry at her!
You were trying to pin the blame for that disaster on Espella. Yes, I was, but if you knew that, why did you keep quiet about it? If you only had scolded me back then for lying, maybe Espella wouldn't have suffered such trauma. It was your eyes, Eve. What? Your eyes weren't those of a liar. You believed in what you said. You truly thought it was Espella. What you saw was too much for you to bear. Your mind blocked out the real memory of what happened in order to maintain your own sanity. Had I called you a liar then, you would probably have suffered a mental breakdown. Mr. Cantabella and your father created this town. You were mistaken in thinking it was purely for Espella's sake. It was also for you, Miss Belduke. Remember what your father wrote in his suicide note.
I have only two concerns. The first is my daughter.
It pains me to be leaving her alone in this world, although she probably doesn't think of me as her father.
I had an argument with my father once. He was always thinking only about the town and paid no attention to me. So you moved out and broke off contact with him. But you were wrong about your father. Not a single day passed without him thinking about you. He helped to make the story I was weaving a reality, for your sake. I've been so ignorant. I was so convinced father was driven to suicide by you. Your father couldn't bear the sense of guilt he had accumulated over the past 10 years. Even though he killed himself in the end, I believe you were always the most important person to him.
Eve?
Espella. Espella, what I did to you is unforgivable. I rewrote your story, putting you through all this. I can't believe I went to such an extreme because of one wrong assumption.
No, it's okay, Eve. I wasn't angry.
You weren't?
You've always been on my side, protecting me.
Aww.
And even today, you saved my life.
Espella.
I also owe you an apology. After all, I forgot about my dearest friend. I'm so sorry, Eve.
And then there's Eve there.
You are Eve. Where were you?
What is it about the cat? Is the cat just old, or is there a secret behind the cat too?
The cat's called Eve.
You know what I've just noticed? You two are very much alike. You and Eve the cat.
What?
You're both catty.
It looks like Eve has taken a liking to the other Eve.
You've got that right, and the similarity is really striking.
Ooh. Aw, Eve.
Oh dear.
Ooh, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
My accidental guests, Professor
Oh yeah, where is
Layton
Wait,
and Mr. Wright.
where's our other one? Our other guy, Inquisitor Barnum. Where's Barnum?
I must say,
Barnum.
I am.
Where's Barnum and Constantine? Are they gone for good?
Don't mention it.
Please don't tell me the game forgot about them.
You know, when I started planning my revenge 3 months ago, Mr. Layton
By
was
the
a
way,
part of
chat.
my plans. I needed to
Chat,
lure
there's
him
something
to
about
Labyrinth.
Layton's smile compared to everybody else's smile that throws me off.
You were famous in London.
His smile is
and
just
my
really
little skills
simple.
reached me even here. What's more, you specialize in mysteries. So I thought that if you came to this town, you'd feel compelled to solve ours.
Well, I am honored.
Wasn't Barnum jailed? He is in
That's
jail,
not-
right?
What about me?
So I don't know.
Well, about you. How should I put
Everyone else animate Layton's smiley face.
it? Your arrival here was purely accidental.
Where
You mean it wasn't planned?
Phoenix and Maya's arrival here was
As you know,
accidental.
Bella escaped and got involved in that incident on the freighter. As a consequence, I had no choice but to bring you here.
I see. I shouldn't have asked.
We were just
My fragile
accident. We were
pride
just
suffered yet
accident.
another blow.
His fragile pride is destroyed.
Nick, you can't escape your fate.
Oof.
You're doomed to always find trouble if it doesn't find you first.
How about some words of sympathy for a change?
Oh my goodness, child. What a game, though. What a game.
I am terribly sorry. The only thing on my mind the last 3 months was
Good
revenge.
game? No, I agree. It's a good game. I
Whatever
really
your
enjoyed this
intentions
one.
were, the last witch trial has ended in the best possible way for this town. You were correct in your judgment. You always are.
You're too kind to me.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Eve. For
At least we're getting a happy ending after that disastrous moment. Happy endings all
Sorry to break up
around.
this little happy ending, but I've sort of got an important question. Why were you going to end the story?
Only Newton knew the real reason. I am suffering from an incurable illness.
Oh,
What?
Dad, you're ill. Is it serious?
It is a rare disease with no known cure.
Why didn't you tell me? Had I known...
I wanted this to be my secret. I suppose that was a bad decision on my part. I thought
oh my
I'd finish the
goodness.
story before
Stop,
I died,
chat. Stop.
and lay the foundations for a new world. Honestly, I was desperate. I didn't much care about Labyrinthia anymore.
With a happy to ruin mood, I
Why did it
know.
have to happen
We're all
to you?
happy. I'm dying. Dad, shut up!
Together.
Cheer up, Espella.
How can I?
Labrellum's new drug development center contacted me a short while ago. They have succeeded in creating a new medicine, thanks to Belduke's research. It's a top-secret wonder drug for my illness.
Oh, wow, then why bring up that you're dying?
A wonder drug.
Wow, why were we sad? Can we go back to the happy ending now?
Newton had been
Everything's working out for
finding a
everybody,
cure
right?
For my illness until the very end. It would
I'm
seem
dying, but I'm gonna
that the
be better,
cure
so
was
lol.
his final gift to me.
My father.
Newton was the truest friend I ever had. I'm going to undergo surgery. Do not fear. I shall return.
He goes to the hospital wearing that.
So stop making that sad face, Espella.
That's just her face.
Dad, will everything be back to how it once was?
Of course it will.
Can you stop
And
talking in that voice?
Will you still be my friend?
Will they be friends? Find out next time on the next...
Of course.
Okay, I was about to say, if she wasn't gonna say anything.
Thank you.
I mean, it was supposed to be about Espella and Eve being friends, you know, reunited and everything. Then the freaking dad comes in saying, I'm dying. And he just wants to be included, chat. He wants to be included. What a jerk. He's a real ignoramus. Ignoramus. I'm gonna drop by Mrs. Eclair's bakery. I've got so much to tell her. Do you mind if I go, Dad? It won't take long. Of course not. Please do. Looks like Eve wants to come too. What? Oh, you meant the cat. Espella, mind if we tag along? Not at all. You're welcome to come. Awesome. Maybe we'll get some tasty baked bread out of this. I thought we were going there for a different reason. Well, anyway, I'll be off then, Professor. Pass on my regards to Mrs. Eclair, Luke. I mean, everybody should know the truth right now, right? Even Mrs. Eclair? Eat bread and then celebrate the end of the story? So, what's gonna happen to the town? I've released everyone for hypnosis. They will soon recover the memories of their lives before Labyrinthia. As of today, Project Labyrinthia is over. Ah, I see. They are free to leave if they so wish. I imagine they will make a run for it. this place will turn into uninhabited ruins, just like it was 10 years ago.
I have some doubts about that.
Judge? Oh no, front-facing Judge, making an M. He's doing an M pose. He was very close to T-posing right there. Look at him, though.
I now understand that this town is an artificial creation.
A-poser.
Nonetheless, to us Labyrinthians, the past 10 years were real.
No one can yet tell how this town will change. However, it is possible that some people will want to stay. Who knows? Perhaps you will find yourself creating a new town along with them.
A new town, you say?
I am no longer the judge, but if possible,
I'd like to be the executioner.
I would like to remain here.
You have my gratitude, Your Honor.
You need not address me as Your Honor anymore, Sir Storyteller.
Yay! The judge is gonna be a milkman. That's his new job.
Witch trial has drawn to a close.
Woo! End of the game! End of the game! End of the game! Yay. And it looks like that is the end of that.
What did Mr. Wright, Mr. Layton, and my father talk about?
Is this a joke? I thought it was the
That
credits.
I do not know.
I thought it was I wasn't gonna end the stream. I'm just saying.
Dad made a promise to me.
Have you never seen me
Once
finish another
everyone
game
recovers
before? I
their
don't
memories
end
and he is
streams.
cured of his illness, he will return to write a new story with everyone's help. This time, the story will be real without any lies or illusions.
It's called the Bible. Oh, goodness. Oh my goodness. More animation, yay!
Huh?
The bell rings once more. There's everybody! Everybody's here! I see Emir! Emir's
What a
there!
beautiful sound.
Almost as if it's
Wait.
ringing in a new beginning for the town.
Where's our man and his dog? Where are they? I don't
Okay,
see.
then. Whenever you are ready,
Oh!
Mr. Barnum.
Barnum's the boat driver! Oh my goodness! He looks so stylish right now.
Thank you all so
Constantine
much
and
for
Barnum got.
everything. Estella, you take care now.
You see Barnum with his nice casual shirt?
Bye.
Oh my
Be sure to
goodness.
visit us again.
You can bet on it!
I wish all of you the very best.
Bye! I'll never see you again, Phoenix.
Mr.
Bye!
Wright, I knew I could count on you to stand your ground.
Look at
and fight me
Constantine,
to the
though.
very end.
Me too. I always believed in you, Professor. And I know it's why we managed to get to the mysterious truth behind this town.
When we get back to England, we'll drop by and see you, Luke.
Great. I'll show you around London.
Too bad they never see each other after this. There's never a sequel. Look at him! Look at him though! Wow! We'll see you again in London. They never see each other again. There was no sequel. I can't read that. Oh, wait, hold on. There's stuff on the bottom screen. Let's switch to that. But we did it, Chad! We beat the game! Yahoo! The game is all done. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright has come to a close, and the winner of this game is... everyone. Because I'm sure everyone enjoyed this game. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Look at these changes, though. Look at Eve. Look at all these guys over here. My goodness, they all look fantastic. Amir is still Amir. Oh, wow. This is great, chat. This game was fantastic. So, my thoughts about this game? Really underrated. I never played Professor Layton, but I think this was a good way to get introduced into Professor Layton. Playing this game had so many twists and turns. Hey, look, that's Kira. She's selling roses again. And, oh, the mail. Look at everybody being happy and whatnot. So, chat, what about you? To everybody who's seen this for the first time or, you know, have watched my streams, what are your thoughts about the game? Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's a good thing I did another stream for the finale because this stream turned out to be over 3 hours. There was no way I could do 3 hours in one stream, though. Oh, they all got stepped on, didn't they? Oh, they all got stepped on. Oh, wait, there's Shaky on the right. That's Shaky. I love Shaky. Whoa. Hold on there. When did freaking... Alright, everybody's like glowing up, changing their clothes and whatnot. But wait, you see the sun symbol though? That sun symbol, it used to be half black and half like, right, like half like sun and half moon. Now it's all sun. It was like half dark, wasn't it? Oh wait, get back to the top screen.
You know, Professor, I feel like I've just finished reading a really long story.
Imagine it was a story.
I know what you mean.
Like it all didn't happen. Luke was just reading a story.
I wonder how Espella and the others back
His
in
self-insert fan
Labyrinthia are getting on.
fiction.
I'd love to go back and see them. Although, I'd rather not have to be sucked into a book to get there.
Perhaps we should ask Carmine to come along with us.
Wait, Carmine Accidente
It's
is...
a real relief he
I
recovered
thought he
from
was
all its
dead.
injuries.
Okay,
He
he's
was a bit
alive.
freaked out when he found out you'd already solved all the town's secrets, Professor.
Well, I thought Carmine... I thought car accident died from a car accident. Nope, he survived the car accident.
We couldn't have done it without
He's
the help of
fine.
our friends across the Atlantic.
I wonder what they're doing right now. Battling
In
away
Japan.
in the courtroom somewhere?
Back in Japanifornia.
I wonder they may well be, Luke. At any rate, we must make our own preparations.
Wow, that music cut off.
There's a brand new case that requires our attention, and that means a brand new set of puzzles to be solved.
Puzzles! Yes! Puzzles! We gotta go crazy for them puzzles, Chad. Gotta go crazy for them puzzles. Wait.
What's the matter,
What?
Wright?
Whoa, 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 whoa! 3D Edgeworth!
Still in a holiday kind of mood. Perhaps your mind is as clouded as the English sky.
Oh my
Any
goodness!
hints, Maya?
Not really. If only the professor were here.
Edgeworth is here, near the end though! With a voice too! I'm sorry, Chad, I'm sorry if I went bonkers, but... Holy heck, that's a big surprise.
Hello, Earth to Nick. Just
Holy
think
flip,
all
it's
over,
Edgeworth.
and always use it to turn the tables.
Ah, got it. I just have to close my
Edgeworth's
eyes
gotta
and
bring
say the
over the case
magic
files and
word.
wine!
Luckily, I don't need a witch's scepter for this one.
Chad, I'm pretty sure you can tell how much I miss Edgeworth. I miss him.
I've almost missed that utterly annoying spell of yours. Fine, let's hear it then.
Fine, let's hear it then.
Just take a deep breath and give it all you've got.
What if it just
Well,
says Grand
Here
Worm?
goes.
Grand Worm!
Objection!
I thought it was Grand Worm. Where's Grand Worm? I want Grand Worm to appear. Alright, that was pretty awesome, chat. Is there anything else at the end, or is this pretty much it? Because my goodness, what a game. Oh, is that the game? Then I can say it then. That's the game! I'm sorry for like overreacting at the end, chat, about Edgeworth, but I was not expecting that. I was really not expecting that. That was a huge surprise. That was really a reward for like playing through the whole game. So they're doing puzzles, but Phoenix and Edgeworth are back battling each other. Seeing 3D Edgeworth and Phoenix in court is amazing. But I guess that's pretty much it right there. Of course, this means this is not the end of the Phoenix Wright series. I'll put up the schedule again. This schedule. So as a reminder, next Sunday, on the 20th, will be the beginning of Dual Destinies. So keep a lookout for that, though. And tomorrow night, on Saturday, keep a lookout because it'll be the finale of Persona 3 Fez. It's a double finale week. So it's gonna be great, chat. And then on Sunday, we got the Xbox E3 presentation with Square Enix. It's gonna be a great time for the rest of the weekend. So of course, thank you all for joining me tonight. If you haven't followed me, please do. I really hope that someday in the near future we may get a sequel about this game. Wait, Bones did the animation? It was Bones. Bones does some great anime. They animate some good stuff. Great job. Bones is good. Bones is a good animation company. But yeah, chat, thank you all for joining me tonight. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. This game has been fantastic. I really appreciate everybody who's been sticking me throughout this whole thing. I'll be back tomorrow night. And of course, I upload everything on my YouTube. Be sure to check out my Discord and Twitter if you haven't done that. And until next time, I'll catch you tomorrow for the Persona 3 finale. Adios, amigo. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.